better. Keep falling for your innocence, acting like you're into me. I know this is hopeless, moving in slow motion, trying to control my thoughts, but I can't stop our body talk. This is a no-go, I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone, back up and get me home. This is a no-go, I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone, back up and get me home. So put your hand in mine, follow me, let me waste your time. Say la vie, do some stupid shit. Take a seat, let me waste your time. Say la vie. Summertime.
Okay, so pre-live checklist, correct, but why do I have no image? Oh!
Oh, you just can't leave the lens cap on when you want people to see your face. But I think the bigger question is, which camera do I look at? And how many cameras do I need? Do I need to get 3 more angles? I don't even know. I'm not even ready for this entire show. I better end this right now.
knew that if I just tried hard enough, I could bring you the show from my basement all by myself. I've been working hard all summer, growing my hair. Oil of Olay twice a day. So anyways, folks, welcome back to my basement. This season, it's just me.
What are you talking about? Just you. I didn't realize we're starting shows by ourselves.
That
No?
is refreshing. I'm still having trauma from last season. I hear Tim's voice in my ear.
It's in your ear.
I hear it. I'm still hearing it in my ear.
Do I
But
have to go
I'm
over to your camera
sure.
to get in here?
I'm
Do I
sure.
have to- Oh,
I'm
you're
sure
right.
this year is just me. Tim?
Your voice just gets all weird over here.
Oh yeah, come over here.
Oh,
This is the people
must be
over
the-
here.
the jazz.
The people came for me, and somehow you showed up.
They get me too.
I thought it was.
Two for one.
Both of us are just talking into this big thing here. This big. I can't even speak anymore.
Man.
Oh, I tried my hardest.
You did
I grew
good.
my hair, and
good.
Tim wants in.
You did
So
You did good?
let's let Tim in, folks. Welcome
up,
back
people?
to
Thursday Night Live.
another episode.
Episode.
Not even just another episode.
No.
Another season.
Another season.
Thursday Night Live fly tying.
Season
And-
4. Season 4.
I can't hear you. You're not loud enough, or did
don't
I
know.
just?
I can hear me.
You guys hear us? You guys
hear
hear?
me? You
Can
hear
you
me?
hear Tim? Can you hear Dana? Because what we realize on the live streams is that actually nothing goes as planned. I'm just gonna try to
Never.
maybe tilt this up.
Maybe
There,
once or
there it
twice.
is.
Oh,
That's
I can hear
hitting
me
my
now.
sultry frequencies. Is it weird when the music stops, or is it weird when I take my wig off?
It's weird looking at you with hair.
All right, folks,
Very
that's
odd.
playtime over. It's actually always playtime, and it never ends. But what I want you guys to know is, what did you just tune into, and are you going to stick around for the next couple hours? Because I highly suggest that you do.
Yes.
Because this is Thursday Night Live Fly Time, and that is my friend Tim. I actually brought him along again this year. This wasn't all about me. And I am Dana Lattery, such that my name says
Oh, look at that. It does.
down below, just like yours does too. So what do we do here? What is this show all about? My friend Tim, he's the one that
Yeah.
tells you
Oh, I get to
guys
tell this
what
story.
it's all about. So we're going to give him the limelight
All right. He says that, but he always keeps talking.
by himself. I'll keep talking. This
All right,
microphone is
what-
just too good to go away.
Just won't leave his mouth. Thursday Night Live, what is it? Well, that's a great question. First off, welcome back, guys. It's been a long summer without you. It was really cool. Got to see some of you guys on the boat this summer. Got to interact, got to see you here and there. It was really special for us to connect on that level, being that we had met you here on the show and then got to see you out there. Thursday Night Live, what's it truly about? I would say, first off, it's about the people, okay? This is a group of people who come together once a week. It kind of started in a way that we were in a brewery just to hang out and meet with, 20, 30 people. Through the whole times of COVID and everything that's happened, it's now grown into a very large show with a much larger audience worldwide, where we get to enjoy this time with not just our local, central southern Alberta friends, but also across the U.S.
All
Canada, everywhere.
over wherever the internet takes us.
That's true. Wherever they'll let us on the internet. Maybe not.
We might
North
be
Korea,
banned
but-
in a few areas, but
yeah, touche. That hair definitely is.
it's
banned
not
in a few
coming. I don't.
places.
It's not coming off
Yeah,
until
till what?
I get hot and sweady.
Oh yeah, it won't take long. in
Remember
here.
this Mr. Skunkhead? That's how I finished the
Oh,
year. So I
yeah.
thought, hey, I might as well come back with hair. Maybe it's
man.
real.
There was some hot.
Maybe it's
costumes.
real. We could take a poll in the audience. 1 for real
Yeah.
and 2 for real.
Well, I
Put 1 or 2 in the
One or
comments.
two.
1 for real or 2 for real.
neither of those.
Neither
count.
of them.
So what Thursday Night Live has become now? So we're gathering once a week. How each season is set up. So tonight we're calling it episode 0, just because we're not actually gonna start tying any flies tonight. We're gonna show some techniques and a few things to kind of get you ready, and maybe a little practice before next week when we get going. But what we do is we're gonna tie 2 flies every night, and we're gonna do a total of 20 episodes. Okay, so we got 40 flies we're gonna do over the next 20 weeks roughly. We're gonna take a couple weeks off at Christmas. And we're going to take you through those flies. So you are getting a lot of instruction, but we're just a big BS sesh here. We drink a couple beer and we get to hang out with you guys, see all your comments, and just get to interact with you, which makes it even more special. And if you hang out for the show, the entirety of it, I promise you won't be disappointed. Some of the things we do in here are pretty fun, and you really get to know this group of people. As well, what we do is we sell kits. This is the second year that we're selling our Thursday Night Live kits. So we have put together the entire season worth of materials and flies. Lots of you guys that are in here have already purchased. They are still for sale. But
yeah, Tim, why don't you just show? You got ironically just have a kit sitting there.
Ironically.
In your lap.
Here we go. Thursday Night Live, season 4.
Tim's favorite thing, trying to get his camera to focus. Put it over your face. It's recognizing your face. No, it's serious. It's true. It's true story.
Right here, right here.
Now leave it like that for the rest of the season.
So what do you get when you purchase this kit? And as you can see, for those who had last year's kit, you're going to see a lot of improvements. This is a growing thing that we're learning too. We never expected that this is the direction the show would go, but we're very happy to be able to produce these for you guys. So in your kit this year, you're going to get all 20 episodes, as well as you get this year. We got thread in there for you as well. A few other things, some photos of all the flies for the entire season, coaster, a couple other things like that. But in here, what you get, so for instance, this one here, put it over my face.
Well, now you're just going to turn it away from the light.
Season 4, this is episode 19. That's what it says on this one. So what you get in here.
Scratching your microphone, you're killing me.
Man,
I'm going to have to bring myself back in.
So what you can see in here is we've got materials to tie.
I'm just here for people who are
the
confused.
hair, that's it.
Just for the flow.
You get to tie, we give you enough material to tie each of the flies that we do each night at least 2 times. We say roughly 2 times. Kind of depends on your skill level and how much material you use. Just depends on you as a tyer. But we also give you a fully tied fly of that pattern in there, of each of those patterns, which is pretty awesome because even if you mess up both while you're tying,
you can post a picture of that fly and say, Thursday Night Live was great. I tied a whatever.
Tied a whatever.
And it looks good.
And it probably works.
And if you just want to buy all the flies and just run away and enjoy life, then that's available too. But it's the same price and you get all the extras. So
yeah.
What else comes in the kit this year is a special thank you to everybody who's been following us and purchased kits. We've added what?
Well, this year we're giving you $100 off a book trip with us through Fly Fishing Board Outfitters. So if you purchase a kit, you get an automatic $100 off a float trip or a mountain walk and wade, as well as I believe it's a one-time 20% off purchase with one of our major sponsors, Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. So that's amazing of him. And once you see what he carries, the vices he has, and I mean we're going to talk a lot about a Norvise because that's also one of our sponsors, but who he sells for a major vice company. They just think about 20% off a Norvise. You're not going to find that anywhere else. So
what?
You buy that
kit.
kit.
Shut the front door, Tim.
I'm just saying.
You're giving away all the secrets.
I'm just saying.
So the music didn't stop, but it did stop. But
yeah. But actually, most importantly is we got to know what you're drinking.
Yeah. So now it's about you guys. This is the time of the show that is my favorite. We get to say hey to the new people because I've seen the comments, and there is definitely some new people that are showing up, and I think my favorite comment so far is this show is an acquired taste. Randall likes.
Thanks, Randall. That's
a fact.
I wouldn't disagree with that statement.
So I'm just trying to fix the setup here. You can't tell where the beard starts and the mic ends. I was told there would be nudity. Well, that's a fact. Tim's face, chin, and neck is completely nude.
Yep.
Surprise Trout Maharishi is even here. He's usually in prison. But maybe they got a streaming going in prison there. So, hey, maybe. Charlie from Strathmore watching with Landon and Lucas. Say hi to the boys for us.
Yeah.
Here at Thursday Night Live Fly Tying. Cody Frankie, what's up? Welcome back. Bailu, welcome back. Matthew York, the kits are worth it. So we'll talk about the kits. We're going to answer questions about the kits because I'm sure there's some people in here saying, they want to know more. Exactly why is it worth it to get yourself a kit? And we're going to answer those questions because tonight is all about driven by you guys. So we do have a few things that we're going to go over as far as getting people an idea of what they need to start tying flies and what they're going to need for the season. Mostly just a seatbelt so you can hang on for the ride. But other than that, some tools to tie some flies and stuff like that. But we will talk about the kits, and we're going to answer any questions that you guys have tonight. We got Cody. He's not going to lie. I love the Jesus hair. Well,
That's what I said too. I asked him.
that's been a few people say that about me. It's kind of a bob. Like, it does. I do have bangs. Okay, guys, it is real. It is real. And it's not hot yet, but usually
can you imagine?
in the studio here, things heat up quickly.
Yeah, that's
Whether
true.
that is metaphorical, allegorical, or colloquial.
Oof.
I don't even know why they don't think those mean anything, but James William Crawford's here, so the show can start,
It
folks.
can start. That's good.
And if you can't hear us at any time, sometimes on the system here, we got the mute button on, and we go rambling, and we don't even know. So make sure that you tell us. I usually get some people texting me saying something like, hey, you're on mute, we can't hear you. But that's Cam, and he's not here right now. Justin Fisher's back.
Hey, what's up, Justin?
Justin Fisher, Matthew York, going on an adventure.
Oh,
He's on
yeah.
the move. Chaz is in the house. Spiced rum and eggnog.
Eggnog. Ooh.
He's already into the Christmas. I guess it is
It's December
December.
2nd. That's
Well,
2 days
Tim,
into your Advent.
What's going to happen, speaking of December 2nd, on December 16th? So, kind of the lay of the land for the episodes is next Thursday is going to be episode 1, and the Thursday after is going to be episode 2. And then we're going to take a 2-week break for Christmas and kind of New Year's, and then we're going to get going in the new year. So, I hear you. I've had some emails, I've had some phone calls about the shipping. Please bear with us again. We don't control the shipping. As soon as we get the orders, we're trying to process them and get them out the door that day or the next day as quickly as we can. But we just had an insane flood happen out in BC, and that is a major shipping route for us, and mudslides and everything else. So, and it's Christmas, and yes, we would like to get the kits done earlier next year so that they can get out earlier. But yeah, so next Thursday is episode 1. The Thursday after is episode 2. That's going to be the Christmas episode. So we're going to dress up like all things Christmas, and stay tuned for details on that, because there will be some prizes if you also dress up in the Christmas spirit. We're working on ironing out details about having a little event at our local pub in town here called Trax Pub and Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. It looks like they're going to try to be hosting Thursday Night Live there. So we're going to have a little bit Christmas party there. So if anybody wants to make their way up, we can do that too. And then there's lots of prizes. There's always lots of prizes. So Tim, why don't you tell them what the prizes are today?
Okay, well, we came out hot, we'll put it that way. So we got a couple of, well, actually, we're gonna give away 3 things today.
So
Why don't
I
you tell them
think
how they can win them?
that's, Tim, you can't put me on the spot because I don't know yet. I don't know, but what I need to do is throw this on, because what you can see here,
Yeah.
okay, there's an enormous, if you got a kit, put your hand up. Or something like a hand up emoji. There's emojis in here. Put your hand up and let us know, because in your kit you're gonna get this poster in a little 4x6. It's hard to read, but this here, Tim, just go stand by it for reference. I can't move the camera. So it is definitely over 3 feet tall, because it's taller than Tim. Step into the camera a bit more. Okay, see, that's large. Okay. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Vanna.
You're so welcome, Dana.
So-
and now, Dana, back to you.
No, just let me know, because this view isn't as good in your camera. And I'm talking
true.
about the poster. So this poster, I don't know what, like, seriously, how big?
It's legit 4 feet by at least 3.
Yeah, so
4.5
roughly
by 3.
4 feet by 3 feet. The poster of all of the images of all of the flies for this season. So it's kind of like a trophy. So we got an extra one, and that's going to be given away tonight. And we'll let you know. There's no bingo tonight, so we do bingo. We're going to walk through all that stuff too. Tonight's just kind of a soft launch, what we call the dress rehearsal. But that is why I wanted to come over here, because I just wanted to be able to show the poster.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
So that's
so
one of the
what
prizes.
what else can we win?
So, what we got here. Now, if you can't see what's in this, there is a heck of a lot of flies. Okay, so
That's a lot of flies, Tim. So, say for instance, you've probably seen on the internet, you can get like 6 of those flies in a little plastic box for like $60.
Yeah.
Okay, but look at that.
There's a good like 100 flies in here. Easy.
Yes. Yeah, I think it fits around 300. I wouldn't say it's totally full. Like there might be room for a few more.
Lots of flies.
Yeah.
Good variety.
If
so
you love dry fly fishing,
that's your box.
hopefully that lasts you a lifetime, unless you're guiding people
It's
like
3 days.
Bruce. Bruce doesn't like dry fly fishing.
I think he likes it. He just can't catch fish doing it. That's the
Yeah.
difference.
Well, no, that's not the truth. That's a lie, Tim.
Well, if
He
say
can.
so.
We witnessed it. I had to tell him to set the hook, but
Oh, wow.
speaking of set the hook is hanging on. Apparently Janine's laughing at the Jesus hair. Okay, so that's the second giveaway.
This is
We're
number 2.
getting off track here.
Yeah.
So
that's a
what's
pretty
that?
major
What do you
one.
think that's worth? If you were somebody tell me, don't answer. What do you guys think that's worth if you were to? Yeah, see, look at all these people that bought kits. They're gonna have
Oh,
that.
that's awesome.
We got Brent Struthers, Chaz, Bruce. We got Pogues. He got a kit. Fish got a. Jeff got a kit. People are yelling out numbers. Eric always does. He thinks he's gonna win. Travis got a kit. Cole got a kit. He's coming on the
yeah,
weekend
Cole.
to pick it up. Matthew got a kit. Bags got a kit this year. Kenny Bob's got a kit. Trout Maharishi, I'm not sure I shipped one out, but we also don't know his real name.
idea.
Alex definitely got a kid. McKenna Mike got a kid. Kraus got a kit.
Yeah, Jared.
Yes, he sure did. We just hung out today.
What's up, Jared?
Steve got a kit. Look at all the guys, everybody that's got kits. Those flies will last me a week. Scott apparently fishes with 12X. That's also something. So yeah,
something.
that's I don't know if you guys have an idea of what that would. Adrian got himself a kit.
Nice.
Yeah, so $850. There's some guesses here. $400. Yeah.
I'd say it's in that range. 400
$425. So if you guys have you been to the fly shops lately, and
It's crazy.
it's just the way it is. It's called inflation, and your average fly is about $4 a fly.
probably. Yeah.
$4 a fly. So if in that kit you said 100, I don't even know.
Yeah, there's probably more, but
Times 4.
Let's do some simple
Yeah.
math here.
We don't do math on this show, so 450, 550 when it's on sale. That box is priceless. Mark got the answer right.
Yeah. Regardless, a lot of value there, so that's a pretty awesome prize to
Keith, appreciate you. Got a kit.
win. Nice.
Yeah, so stay tuned, folks. We got lots on the docket tonight. Especially, we have one more thing that we're gonna give away tonight.
So this is a special one, guys.
This is special.
This is special, and this is actually the super fun give back that we get to give to you guys in this form. So you've already seen it. Let me show you again.
Oh my goodness, that looks like a season 4 kit.
Season 4 kit. One lucky winner. It's gonna get all 20 episodes. Season
Yeah.
4 kit coming your way.
So, what I want to say is a bit of a disclaimer: is there's a lot of prizes. I would say last year, over $15,000 in prizes was
Probably.
given away, easily if we include the final episode.
Oh yeah,
But-
easily. Yeah.
But here's what I'm encouraging you guys on. Why do I still in costume? Because I haven't had hair forever.
Oh man, it's hard. If you want to actually see what hair looks like, this is what it looks like right here.
Yeah,
Just saying.
nice beard, Tim.
Ah,
So,
I grow where it counts.
if you've got a kit, if you bought a kit this year, we kind of want this kit to go to somebody who hasn't won or bought a kit.
Yeah.
And that would be awesome. But I mean, game's a game. Whatever game I decide to pull out of my
Hair.
wig, yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. And also, this year we've added some new sponsors, and we're super excited to talk about them next week.
Yeah. Full docket. Can we just acknowledge Brandy's comment there?
Stylin' Tim.
Not talking about you.
Because you don't even have bangs.
I don't need bangs.
Pick me. Mike wants us to pick him. Exit full screen so I could comment. Welcome back, Chris. Chris is in the house. So
Hey,
I've
Chris.
actually got, I got hair in my eyes. Okay. So what we don't have this week is commercials. Commercials aren't always for you guys or the sponsors. They give us a break to fluff around and grab more beer and do stuff like
Breaks.
that.
Yeah.
So I tried to add a few things in here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little snippet from one of our biggest sponsors. Also because I want to shout out to Colin. If you guys watched, the last month or whatever that we've been packaging kits, he came over and just sat there, and it's a lot of work to package kits. So huge shout out to Colin. Also the real Jen Lyle, who is not here right yet because it's his daughter's birthday. But having said that, I want to give a big shout out to those guys for coming and helping us put everything together. So while we refresh and grab a beer and get some hairspray in my hair, I want to play a little something. It's all about Colin and one of his favorite rivers that he gets to fish and guide on. So without much further ado, let's hope this works, and I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere unless you're going to the fridge. Come right back.
Yeah, so the Clearwater is one of my absolute favorite rivers. I love the Clearwater.
It's a big brown boulder.
That's exactly where you want to put the flies, on the top end of that boulder, but you want to be 22 degrees to it, so you're gonna have to go that way a little bit. Yeah, the Clearwater is probably my most beloved river in Alberta, and one of the reasons why is it has an absolutely epic, iconic backdrop. The atmosphere out on the Clearwater is like nothing that I found elsewhere. But one of the great things about the Clearwater is that it can be a really tough river valley. Access out on the Clearwater is not easy. If you want to get in and fish the hard parts in the Clearwater, a lot of times you've got to do an awful lot of hiking and bushwhacking to get back in there. And then on top of that, you can cover a lot of water on that river in a day and maybe not be successful. And that's one of the things that really drives me about the Clearwater. It's why I love to fish it. It really, really challenges me every time I go out there to get out there and find fish. The other thing about the Clearwater is that it's very you get a lot of solitude out there. There's not very many anglers that fish the Clearwater. The fishing's tough. It's not typically a numbers river, although it certainly has its days just like everywhere else. But it's absolutely one of my most favorite places to go.
All right, that's the Clearwater. If you guys have never been there and you're interested in doing that, hit up Colin at the shop because that's the water that they guide on, and Colin would love to take you out there. But like he said, it is one of those special places that sometimes kick your butt.
They do. And
like
other
every
times
river.
They reward you. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of hiking, beautiful scenery, and when the fish show up, they are there and they are beautiful. So that's a little snippet we shot for Colin this winter. Apparently,
it wasn't that
I was
much
gonna
winter,
say
but-
summer, but it was definitely not the summer. It was closer to the October.
That'd
There's
been like
big
for
bears.
snow.
There's big bears everywhere. So
Yeah.
let's get some sort of control and direction here, and let's move forward. So there's some cool things that we do on the show, and one of them, which we don't have set up, but we're just going to kind of show you guys, because one of our new sponsors has sponsored the Flyingo. So I think it goes a little something like that. So Tim, you're not two scenes.
You get two screens.
I'm two screens. So anyways, in the middle here is the bingo call. So when you guys want to play Flyingo and win some stuff, I feel weird that I'm double scenes. I should add myself over there with you. Yeah, so that's Flyingo.
And that's a new sponsor.
That's a new sponsor with Watermaster. So welcome aboard, Watermaster. They're one of our top 5 sponsors. Also, they are the Flyingo sponsor, so that's pretty cool too. So again, lots of big prizes coming at you from our sponsors, and as well as us at Fly Fishing Boat Outfitters. And okay, so you guys ask questions like, hey, I bought a kit, or hey, should I buy a kit? Is the kit for me? I've never tied flies. Answer the question.
100% kits for you. What a lot of people, I think, misjudge about Thursday Night Live in general, and there have been questions about it, is, oh, you guys are in season 4. That must mean that you're at like some pro expert level. It's going to be way over my head. That's just not the case. Okay, so no matter what stage of your tying career or hobby you're in, we're going to bring you along. We have this saying here, and it's SOS. If you need help, we stop the show and we'll answer your question. Okay, a quick SOS just lets us know that, hey, you got a question, we're going to answer it before we move on. And so it's really for everyone. Okay, there's no one who this isn't appropriate for. And we're gonna go over a few techniques. Today that are just gonna be some base level things for the real new people who want to practice a few things before next week. Just things that we're gonna use on every fly, a couple different techniques and things to start and finish a fly. Just really easy, but to practice. So that answered in a nutshell. These kits are for everyone. Those materials, doesn't matter if you're brand new or you've been tying for 20 years. It's the same material, guys, for the same flies. We're just taking you through how to tie them. Yeah,
so Mike answers the question too. He was new to tying last year, and it was a great way to learn. If you have any questions on techniques, we will help you out, but everybody here will help you out, because that is the strength of this show, is the TNL family, and that is all you guys. So Mark obviously mixing another drink after the little video that we gave him a break for. So we're just really trying to get to all the questions here. Scott yelled SOS, and so like Tim said, that says stop our show. And so if anytime you SOS, we kind of pause where we're at, and we go from there. So we help you out, and hopefully sometimes there gets to be a lot of people in here, but we do our best to get everybody's questions answered. So the bingo question keeps popping up. It's not an app. So what you're going to look for is when we post the next live stream, so on the Facebook or YouTube. So in the description, there's going to be the place to get the bingo card. So I will update it starting next week. And I believe the link, if you really want to, is just flyfishingbover.com/Thursday Night Live. Don't go right now, because that link is not active. I see lots of people signing up for that, and that's cool too. So Darren Smith missed the start. You never want to miss the start.
No, that's normally where good things happen.
Yeah.
Maybe not today, but most other days.
Yeah. That is. What do you mean today? This is. Darren's probably wondering why I became a chia pet overnight.
I like what Glenn said there. He makes a really good point. So some of the design of these guys and why we do these kits, and really why we've done this show in a way from the fly tying perspective, is that let's say you want to, okay, I want to tie this specific fly. If you got to you don't know if it works, for one thing. You're going to buy all these materials to tie one specific fly. And that's fine, but now you might carry all this extra material that was very specific to a pattern that you're not going to use again for quite a while. The beauty of what our kits do is we're giving you a little taste of a whole bunch of different styles of patterns, from different bugs to different streamers to all these different things. We're just giving you a little taste. And if you like the pattern and you fish and it's successful, now you know exactly what to go grab.
And I got something better for you.
Oh yeah.
if you like the pattern, okay, because here's the fly tying journey. Is you start it off and you maybe go to a course, which is cool. You may go to a fly tie night. You may feel intimidated going to a fly tie night because you're new and you don't want to ask silly questions. But say you get onto a fly that you really like and you go to the store. Me and Colin figured it out. A pattern is about $70 to $90 to go get material. Then if you want to tie a circus peanut in white and green and black and red and tan. So then you got to add all these big packages of marabou or chenille or whatever, or your rubber legs. Like they all got to match the different variants that you want to tie. So in, like Tim said, in the sample size, we get to try these flies. Some of them might look complicated and some of them might look easy, but the idea isn't a progression through the season. It's getting to try different things. And if the pattern, like Tim said, is something you like, you don't have to go spend $70 to $90 on that material and then try to tie one and you say, it's not for me, I didn't enjoy this. So what we're going to do this year is on each episode, if you really liked the pattern, at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, you're going to go on their website and click on episode 1. And Colin's going to have gone through and put all the materials into a little checkout basket for you, so you can just kind of say, you know, whatever items out of that material you need for the fly, add them to your basket, buy now, and then you do have all the materials. And you probably will spend $90 to get those materials.
But you know what you got now.
Yeah, so you know you like doing it, and you've tied it successfully, hopefully. But the thing about that is I don't like saying buying the materials in bulk, because how many people in here, unless you're a commercial tire or a guide, tied a dozen of flies? You don't.
Yeah,
I mean, I would be shocked to hear that, but you tie a couple and you go fishing.
Yeah.
It's rare that somebody would tie a box the size of that and, you know, like sit down and crush out 24 size 16 elk hair caddis.
Yeah.
You just don't use that many flies. So that's what happens when you go spend $90 on material, is you get the amount of materials to buy that many. So that's kind of what the sample size is. Having said that, this will be far from perfect. Mm-hmm. We are far from perfect. As Tim goes through the tying, it's going to be far from perfect. He's going to do his best, and I think he's a pretty damn good tyer myself. But far from perfect. The show's going to be far from perfect. It's going to glitch. It's going to turn off at one point, and
Yeah.
the internet's going to crap out. It's part of live streaming, folks, and it's a part of living life to the fullest. Is mistakes are going to happen, and in those kits, if you understand the complexity of packaging enough material for 2 flies or up to 2 flies, things go wrong. We and our team miss stuff. We will. I promise you that. Okay? If this happens, or if it's a complete botched effort, please reach out to us and let us do our best to try and help you out. But also know that sample size of like, oh, I want to tie a prince nymph and I need 4 goose biots. Well, there's a thing called static, and it really complicates packing
the worst
bags.
packaging. Yeah.
Okay, so
That's a good point, though.
if I'm an experienced tyer, are the kits for me?
Yeah, like I said, it doesn't matter what your range of ability is. It's if you're tying an elk hair caddis, whether you're a beginner or whether you're a professional, it's the same materials. So we're providing the same materials no matter what for each pattern. So yeah, absolutely, it's for you. Maybe you already know how to tie and you just want to hang out and for the rest of the show, that's fine. But yeah, it is as applicable to an experienced tyer as it is someone who's brand new.
Yeah, and so the question here is, do you list the materials for each? Was hoping it would be printed on the back of episode card. We do. Strategically, the materials will be listed all on the website.
Yeah.
It's an enormous amount of work. Not that anybody cares, but we also have something that will be showing up shortly, hopefully by next episode. it's all there for you. But stuff like that takes time and takes effort to put together. So Kenny Bob, the materials will all be on our website. We're just populating that so that the whole season will be up there. So you can go through and grab the materials that you need. They'll also be on Rocky Mountain Fly Shop's website. Yeah. So yeah, each year we're just trying to get better, quicker, and answer the needs that you guys have, so that the show's more fun for everybody.
And that is part of it, guys. Is we do appreciate feedback. If something needs improvement, we want to know that as well, because that's part of us making the show better for you every year and every episode. So it doesn't mean you can't reach out and talk to us about it. Just be understanding of all the little fine things that are happening in the show. So yeah.
All right, it's about hot.
It is hot in here, isn't it? I don't have a wig on.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
so, does anybody else think Tim's camera's lagging?
Yeah, I feel like it is. I know it is, because I can talk and I see it moves later.
So, what we might have to do is head over to me, and these are the kind of things that happen. We don't have any more videos to play. Oh, what else do we got here? So maybe what you can do is let's go over some stuff like how to thread a bobbin. Would that be great? Because some people are brand new, so let's talk about how to thread a bobbin and then show a couple different kinds of bobbins that you can buy and which one we think is the best.
Yeah, it's true. Well, to be honest, I'm only gonna be able to show you one because that's all I got out here tonight. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about threading a bobbin. So
you're gonna have to do it in front of that camera because I'm gonna try to reset the other one.
No problem. So I'm gonna show you on this this Norvise auto bobbin that you're gonna see me tie on all season. These bobbins, like any bobbin, are threaded fairly similarly. Okay, this is just an auto bobbin version that's made by Norvise. You're gonna see throughout the season. I'll give you recommendations, and I did see some questions about what we recommend for vices and stuff, and we can answer some of those questions later. We do have a few vices here we can show you, but as far as bobbins go, I would definitely recommend going with a ceramic bobbin, no matter which one you use, which just means that this post here is white, it's ceramic, so it keeps your thread from getting frayed as easily or broken. So I'm gonna let this one come back out here. Now you're gonna see on each end of your bobbin you have a small hole, okay? So obviously we need it to start at the bottom and go out the top. So I'm gonna normally I'll lick the thread so that it comes to a fine point, and then I'm gonna start that fine point inside the hole of the bobbin. Sorry, here, try to get this held a little better. I'm gonna get that started in there, which is always a bit miserable. Once it starts into the hole, there are such things as called a bobbin threader, which does work pretty well. I've got it just started into that hole, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my mouth, and I wouldn't recommend this if you're using somebody else's equipment, but I stick my mouth over this, and all I'm gonna do is suck the thread back through, okay? So once I get it started, I just go, it's gonna pull through, and now I have it set, okay? So that's really the easiest way to do it. You can use a bobbin threader, which is a device that you use to push the thread through. It's just a lot more complicated. That's a really easy way to do it if you don't have it with you, okay? So I'm gonna show you real quick on this, because we'll have questions about this as it comes up. But this is this specific Norvise bobbin, okay? So a lot of people say, oh, the auto bobbin's not working. What's going on with it? So the actual thing you have to do is, once you have it threaded, you have to go around one of the posts 2 times with the thread, okay? So all I do is I go around once, come through that opening, go around twice, come through that opening, and now I take and I spread that out and over top of my bobbin, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's complete. So now you can see that it's gone around the post twice, and that's how you're going to build the tension that you need to do this, okay? So that's step number 1. That's getting your thread in your bobbin. So let's talk about, I'm just going to switch out bobbins here to a different thread. Let's talk about how we're going to actually start thread on a hook. Okay, so it's actually a really simple concept. It's actually wrapping back over your very first wrap. So no matter where I start on the hook, where I want to start, most of the time we start, you know, an eye's length behind the eye. And you'll hear me refer to that a lot as we go through the tying, okay? So there's a couple length measurements that I'll use. So an eye length just means the length of the overall length of the eye. So if I turn that to you, you can see it, the eye. Okay, so I'll refer to an eye length. So that's one measurement. Okay, I can also measure from the hook gap. So from the point of the hook up to the shaft of the hook, that's the hook gap width. So maybe I'll say I'm gonna be 1 hook gap back from the eye. Okay, that just means the distance from here to here. Also, I can say the overall length of the hook. Okay, so that's another form of measurement. Okay, so let's do this. Starting our thread, I'm gonna pass that through. So all I've done is I'm holding on it with my finger. I'm gonna slide that onto the shaft of the hook. And now while holding the tag end, I'm gonna start wrapping back over top. Okay, so you see me wrapping over the thread. Once I got that good and secure, you can see that I can pull on this guy. It's not gonna move, I can pull on that, it's not gonna pull it off. So I've seated this tag end. Okay, so I've seated that underneath all those other wraps. Then I'll reach in and snip it. You can also, depending on the size of the thread, you can also just break it off. But I prefer to use scissors. It's just an easy form of doing it. Okay, so that's how we're gonna get the thread on the hook. Pretty simple, okay? So I'm gonna take it off and do it one more time in kind of real speed. All we'll do is we'll come, decide where we want it to start. There, I'm just gonna start wrapping back over that tag end, okay? And I go in there and get rid of it, all right? I'm gonna peel this off here real quick, and we're gonna actually start a little bit more basic than that on one little thing. So we get questions too, is how do I put my hook in my vise? Okay, now there's different vices, there's different styles of jaws that we're gonna put these in. These Norvise jaws are a very simple design. Okay, so we got actually 2 clamps. One is a screw that I come here. So on this specific vise, I'm gonna slide that in there, tighten it up till it's just a little bit taut, not super tight. And then I take my bottom lever and I push it till it's tight. The key here is that I should be able to take my finger and do this on the hook and it doesn't move. Okay, if that hook,
move is made famous by none other than Svensson.
So if I do that and it tips down, I don't have it in there tight enough. And there's really nothing more frustrating when you're tying. Well, I would say there's nothing more frustrating than having a cheap vise, something that's, it doesn't, I don't even mean price-wise. I mean, you could get an inexpensive vise that holds a hook well. But if you have a pair of jaws that does not hold that hook in place, there's nothing more frustrating than tying.
It's not a vise. Don't do it like
it's a piece of vise. That's like yeah.
How about some advice
advice?
Advice for a bad vice.
Okay, so we did hear we did have some questions come up in the comments about vices. Okay, so let's chat for a second about some vices. Obviously,
I just went upstairs for a haircut.
Oh, look at that! It's gone. Nice. That looks much.
Yeah,
worse.
It was quick. It was quick.
Worse.
I actually prefer sunglasses. Maybe it'll just be my thing for the year because it takes the heat off. It's not heat. It's just
light.
Blinding.
It is kind of bright.
Revved up like a douche, blinded by the light. We got to give away some stuff here, Tim.
Yeah,
People are going to start wondering.
All right.
What are they wondering? I don't know.
Well, okay, give me 2 minutes, then we'll give some away.
Yes, let's talk vices.
Real quick. We'll talk about a couple vices.
Just wait. Let's go to some comments because the comments are more important than me and you put together and your vice. So someone said that all they do is buy material, forget about it, and they don't know what they have, and they make a living out of it. I can't remember who said that. Cody said these are not just values for the materials and fly tying experience, but also introduces you to one of the baddest asses community of, I'm not sure what he meant by antlers. He's still got deer on his mind, but I think he meant anglers and tires. Corey used a bunch of dog hair this year, and that he did, and he caught fish on it. I saw his things. Michael just sent me a photo of his beard, which I could see in his profile photo is majestic. That is fantastic.
That is a big beard.
There it is. Shelly said, I started a spreadsheet for my materials. No OCD here.
That's not a bad
Yes.
idea.
Chaz said the kits are awesome, so worth it. All the bugs catch fish. He proved it last season. Mark, I just come here to watch Tim chug a beer. Well, that's going to happen soon enough.
Oh, man.
Steve said kits are awesome. No muss, no fuss. Let me focus on beverages instead of materials. Well, if that's not the tagline of the year,
I like it.
I don't know what is. It makes a great Christmas gift. So if you're like, hey, what do I get someone for Christmas? I always tell people, we buy too many things for Christmas. We need to get more experiences.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, this is a thing and an experience, and it lasts. It literally is the gift that keeps on giving, and it stays with that someone for
Ever. Yeah.
a long time, at least for the next 25 months. Not 25 months, but 20 episodes / 5 months.
Yeah.
What's also cool about that is you don't have to be committed to showing up every Thursday, because all of these videos are on YouTube right after the show's done. So if you want to go back and check all the stuff that we did, we tied, if you can't make it, that's fine too. You could actually just binge watch them in May next year if you didn't even want to follow along. That's fine too. So they are for sale. Go on the website, flyfishingbowriver.com/Thursday Night Live. We will get them shipped to you tomorrow. Local people-ish might get them next week early. They say 2 to 3 days delivery, even to the American friends. But we know how that works. So more beer breaks. So it's always a beer break. SOS is also a beer break.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We also need a beer. So if Janine is watching this, or any of my children, Matea's 13 tomorrow.
It's crazy, man.
I'm not well. I'm not
No.
well. So Matea, Hayden, Janine, anyone in the 5267 area code, bring me a beer at least. Tim's got to drive, so
Working on my solo beer.
all right. Tim's hot. I think we're way behind on the comments because they're not making sense right now.
Oh, man.
Okay, so yeah, I tried to fix Tim's leg, and it's gonna take some work, and that's why we call it the dress rehearsal, folks, because nothing is perfect
Ever.
or will ever be perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna talk vices, and this one is for you, Tim.
All right. Sorry about the leg, guys. Just bear with it. It is what it is. Okay. So we're gonna talk about a couple different styles of vices. So, to grab this one off behind me. Different style of jaws. Some are, some just have a clamp where you just draw a clamp down and it's gonna tighten up. We also have a couple versions here. This one's a stone foe. It has just like a jaw with a lever. So you pull your lever, set your hook. And then I have this Rego, which is exactly basically the same, just a little bit more expensive. Same thing. But the key is, like we talked about with these vices, is no matter what you decide to purchase, make sure you either get to test it or you read enough reviews on it so that you know whether the hook's gonna stay in it well or not. Because if you really don't have a good vice, you're gonna be super frustrated by your experience with tying, and it's honestly not worth it. Like, it's, of all the things I would spend a little bit more money on, it would be your vice. It's gonna make your life a lot easier. Outside of that, we can show you those few different kind of vices, but what you're gonna see us all season on is a Norvise, okay? Norvise is one of our major sponsors, has been for a couple years, and we really truly believe in the vice system. We love them. I don't have to chat about it right now because you're gonna hear me talk lots of things about it over the next 20 weeks, but that's what we tie on. And just, I mean, Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, just sell them, just saying. You and your music choices today are pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's about nothing going right and everything going super right. So here's another thing I got for you guys. If you're sitting there saying to yourself, I got a favorite fly shop that I go to all the time, go to your favorite fly shop and say, hey, why don't you get some kits? We do work as kind of that wholesale-esque type thing. So if your fly shop wants to get some kits in and sell them to some people in your area, tell them to give us a call, because that's awesome. Here's what it does for your local fly shop. It gets people excited about sampling and fly tying, and then they go back to those fly shops, and that's where the return business is. So that's what we're trying to do, is get people excited about fly tying and show them it can be done. And so you can go back to your local fly shop, or better yet, if you guys are a part of like a fly tying club, or you got 4 or 5 buddies and you guys tie flies together, why don't you go to a local pub or a brewery and say, hey, on Thursdays, can we put the show on the big screen? And 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 of us are going to come down here and watch it and drink some beer and hang out and gather, because apparently in some parts of the world that is totally cool.
Yeah.
Sort of cool here, sort of. But yeah, so gather, set it up at your pub, at your local brewery, and gather and like let's have some. And if you do that, we have the ability to video you guys into the show, so we can check on your club wherever you're at, and we can put you up on the screen here. So I think stuff like that would be super cool as we go forward. You don't need my permission. Just go ahead and do it. Grab your buddies, get it to your pub, get it on the big screen.
Yeah.
And that'd be great. So Mark loves his Regal, but he's selling it, so it's for sale. If anybody wants it, they can buy Mark's Regal. He's about to buy a Norvise. And if you get your kits, there's 20% off.
Yeah.
At Rocky Mountain
true.
Fly Shop in the kit. So, hey, I mean,
Just saying.
why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you show the simple clamp-on one?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
The clamp-ons, like this is actually not even, this is don't look at the clamp and think cheap, because
It's just a
normally it
mounting
means-
style.
Yeah, like, cause so for instance, if I pull this out of here, that can now sit in an anvil base. Like that will sit in another base, just like the Regal and that other one sat in. So this is just more to give you the availability to travel with it and have it light. But this little guy here is a great travel vise, just because you can pretty much take it anywhere super light. The jaws on it are definitely a little bit different. Gonna be kind of hard to see for you, but they just using that one lever comes over, clamps it down. Okay. But there's nothing wrong with a vise like that. Like I said, I don't care what vise looks like, anything. It's just, will it hold your hook? Now, we
hold
get a
it
little
well.
bit, hold it well, yeah. I mean, we get a little picky because we like our Norvise, we like our rotary functions. Those are things we're gonna show you that we use all the time once we have them. But if you're just getting started and you don't have a lot of money to put down, just get a good vise that holds your hook.
Yeah. So, all of this stuff is sampler size. The kits are samplers. But like Ryan said here, who's a commercial fly tyer, finally we convinced him into the Norvise game, and he said it has totally changed tying for him, which is incredible, because when you tie them, here's another myth that people always say to me. They're like, I'm not a commercial tyer, so I don't have a Norvise. And I think that is a hog crock.
Well, tell them your story. That's simple.
Yeah. So I didn't like tying because, quite simply, the vise I had, the hooks fell out every time. And so that's frustrating because you just can't do it. And I just thought that's fly tying for the longest time. And I tied lots of flies. I tied lots of flies for guiding. I never enjoyed it one bit. I did it because I felt I had to. Tim got a Norvise halfway through season 2, kind of near the beginning. And he said, this is pretty cool. And I was like, yeah, Norvise is for older people or commercial tires. Like, they just didn't have the cool effect, and I just wasn't buying it. And so I didn't touch it. I didn't want to touch it. And so last year, at the start of the year, we both got new Norvises. And when Tim wasn't here, it showed up, and I hooked it up, and I quietly started to tie flies. And I'm telling you, folks, and this isn't a sales pitch for Norvise, this is just, it made fly tying actually fun and what it is. And I was like, wow, I've been missing out all these years playing around with, I had good vices, and I'm not going to name the names because they're good. When I got the Norvise, it made fly tying fun again.
Yeah.
It really did. And I by no means am a commercial tyer. I've got a few patterns I crank out for myself during the year. But that Norvise made fly tying fun again. And if you don't get a Norvise, that's fine. But you have this auto bobbin.
It'll absolutely change your life.
I watch some people on like TikTok and Facebook Live, and they are tying, and they're doing these like cranking these windmills to like get their thread back in. And I like they're crushing sugar in the sugar mill or something.
Just making some ice cream.
And I just comment on there. I'm like, the Norvise auto bobbin would save your world. And I think they're Colin, correct me if I'm wrong, they're under $100. Like you get
I think you get the kit with 3 pieces. Yeah, I think it's under $100.
somewhere in there. But I mean, if it's $100, it's only 80 because you bought a kit and you got 20% off. But
Yep.
start there. Go get yourself an auto bobbin. The cons are you gotta put thread. You can't use, so show them a normal roll of thread, just because it's a different setup.
Okay. So your normal bobbin.
Put you over here.
I wish I'd have brought some other bobbins out today, but I didn't.
Well, there's a short one there.
Is there?
It's got red wire.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. So here, for instance, I'll show you this one.
You know the funny thing is like none of my family's watching because obviously I don't have a beer.
Obviously not.
You talk about that bobbin.
I'm talking about the bobbin. We'll get you beer. Yeah. So this is another one of our sponsors. We'll talk lots about shore fishing. This is one of their bobbins, a ceramic bobbin. This is as these bobbins go, this is as good as it gets. I just don't use them because I use the Norvise system. But so if you see how the thread is held in there, right, versus how the thread is held on this guy, right, just a different system. So what you do have to do, and I guess it's the one only thing, and I don't think think of it as painstaking because you prep them all ahead of time. But like for instance, I'll show you here. I've got a whole bunch of these different ones prepped out. So you pre-roll your spools and they give you a tool to do it. So this tool, you can hook it up to a drill if you really care to go that fast. But you basically slide this spool. So like for instance, this one's empty. I slide it on there. This sits in the jaws of my vise. The jaws come out, it goes into the same hole. I spin it and I just basically hold, I would just hold your thread here and it just whips it on for you. And if you pre-do them and you get them all set up, it's really not a painstaking thing. And then one thing that I really like to do is, this is a little secret hack, but these are from
like coiled binder things.
Coiled binder things. And if you actually just clip them off like that, and then they come in here and they fit over top of that, and I just put a little label on them so I know what it is, because sometimes it's hard to remember what the thread is. And boom, you've got, not only does it hold your thread on the Norvise spool, but you're ready to rock. And then I just have a whole bunch of them, probably got like 15 of them pre-rolled with all the threads that I commonly use in common colors, and then they're just ready to rock and roll. So yeah, that's a huge suggestion. Even if you don't want to Norvise themselves, try the bobbin. Yeah. There was also a question there, I can't remember who it was that asked. They asked me, do I just have this set up this way, or am I actually left-handed? Yes, I am left-handed, so this is the orientation you'll see me tying in.
Until I get over there, I gotta switch to the right side.
Yeah.
So yeah, Colleen will take your old vise.
Oh, yes, actually, I just think I sold one tonight.
Did you?
Yeah.
Do you have anything else for sale? Oh,
Actually,
you did.
I do. I have my Stoneful for sale, just saying.
So there's some vices for sale here.
Yeah.
Okay, so trying to catch back to the comments here.
So
It's
many.
just after the auto bomb, it's so hard to go back. It is hard to go back.
Game changer is the word, yeah, over and over.
Yeah. The auto bomb. And so, yeah, I think why people say you got to be a commercial tires, because with the auto bobbin, you have to do some planning and get your threads put on to the auto bobbin. But really, there's 50 rolls of thread on the tying table here, and there's we threw 6 in your kit this year. Did we talk about that?
We did, yeah.
So we threw 6 in, a 6/0 and an 8/0, because it's probably all you're gonna need. Yeah, you can, we threw in white, olive, and black, because white is so good if you don't have the right thread, because you just take a marker and the thread that's exposed, you just do the color you need. I know a team of tires right now. The team is full, but they said they call if they need me, so I guess I'm a spare tire. Wow, Jeff is competing for Doug's bad jokes.
He is. Good.
Cordless drill works great too.
Yeah.
Yes.
He does.
Great one of the label. Great tip. That is a great tip. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, what's your favorite type of thread to use? That's a good question.
Oof, yeah.
But I don't.
That's it. Right below it. Oh crap! I just broke my thread. So guys, thread. I mean,
what am I drinking? There's a question here. So, part-time model. That's just. I thought it would be funny. So I guess that answer the thread, and we'll talk about the beer.
Yeah,
what's
sure.
going on there? Because a lot of people have been asking.
Okay, so thread first off. Wide variety of brands of thread. Everything from nano thread, which is super thin, super strong, to this stuff here. This is GSP, super thick, super strong. All have their own purposes. And what you'll see me tie throughout the show is I might not stick to those 3 colors because I have lots of thread. I'll tie with the appropriate of what I would suggest. But what we gave you is a thread that you can tie all these flies with them. There's just certain times, like for instance, if we're doing spinning deer hair, well, you need a heavier thread, so the heavier the better. So there's gonna be times for that. But lots of times, if you're breaking your thread over and over, 1 of 2 things is happening. Either you're using too small a thread or you're adding too much tension. So if you're pulling in your bobbin too hard and it's breaking, or you're nicking it on the hook.
Nicking it on the hook.
It happens.
Or your bobbin is
cutting it.
frayed on the end.
And that's why when I referred to the ceramic bobbin, so a lot of older ones or cheaper ones are just a metal tube. Well, anything that goes over metal multiple times wears a groove in it. So if you have a groove war in it, you're right. You get a little spur or something there. Just it'll nick it and your thread will break. It's very frustrating. But good questions. We'll talk lots more about thread as we go through these patterns. Beer.
Totally beer. So beer. So yeah, we are unoffered. I don't like the word sponsored.
Yeah, that's the word.
So we're just gonna drink whatever we can get our hands on this year.
Yeah.
For the time being. Normally, what we would do on Thursday Night Live is we still have these kits that we're trying to figure out where to put, but we would donate 20 kits to a local brewery in Calgary, and then people could go and pick up those kits. A misconception that it was a partnership, that we benefited something out of this, and if people bought beer, that came back to us in a way. That is not true. We chose a brewery because it was a central location, and it was a spot where we were just trying to help out a brewery keep their lights on, given the fact that
it was
a tough couple of years. So we put our kits there. People could go get a kit for free. You could only get 1 episode at a time. We just encouraged people to grab beer. So as of right now, that place is just not the home for these kits right now. We don't know why. We don't have that answer. But yeah, so we are going to figure it out. So if you're not from Calgary, if you're from somewhere else, maybe we can donate 1 episode to your local fly tying club. Hit us up. TNL at flyfishingbover.com is the email. And we're just looking at ways to get people involved and to give the kits, because we do still want to give away those 20 kits that we've been doing every single year, because that's how the show started, was going to the brewery and we would give anybody who came there the free kits, and they would tie with us. So now as it's kind of like growing outside and we can't go back to the brewery, or
logistically speaking, it's not possible.
So hit us up, TNL at flyfishingbover.com. Send an email, and if you got ideas and you want me to maybe reach out to your local fly tying club or whatever, maybe you got a brewery in your local hometown and we can send an episode there, and then your buddies and stuff can go try it before you buy it. That works too. So can you use the sewing machine to thread the auto bobbin? They have a bobbin threader.
That's actually very true. You totally could.
Is it thread the auto bobbin, or is it put thread on the auto bobbin?
Put thread on the auto bobbin, I think. Yeah, I think that would work. You'd have to play around with it. But
see Laura's Facebook profile photo? That's a nice brown.
Ooh, yeah.
I was there that day.
Justin, change yours to
Yeah, what is that?
I've seen you hold big browns, Justin, so I'm just saying.
Why is UTC thread so hard to find in Calgary? Everyone seems to have uni thread.
Because UTC is a higher demand. It's a better thread. I don't know.
Yeah, even to get the uni threads that we got.
That's hard.
When our box of uni thread showed up this year, I've never seen so many threads in my entire life.
Yeah, that was a lot of thread.
But yeah, they were also late. Everything's late.
Yeah.
Tammy's in the house.
Hey, Tammy.
Rocky Mountain Fly Shop Tammy.
What's
You probably all know her if you've been there. She's the one probably assisting you the most.
Mm-hmm.
Is Cam here?
He was in and out. Yep.
In and out.
He said,
In and out burger. Okay, so we're going to do some more questions here. Let's talk materials. No, not materials. Because they're in the kit that you bought
Yeah.
or buying. Let's talk about scissors.
Yeah.
Can you just use grandma's scissors from the craft room, or do you need a special kind of scissor? And if you do they make multiple kind of scissors? And oh my goodness, how many scissors should I buy?
Oh man, you could have so many pairs of scissors. The answer to the first question, yes, you could definitely use your grandma's sewing scissors. That's no big deal. What the advantage comes with getting specific scissors for fly tying, you can get different, they're made in different ways. They're obviously smaller, they're more fine point. They also make some that you can control the tension on. They also have some that are serrated, some that are unserrated, and both have their place. Some are better for cutting deer hair, some are better for cutting thread. So having a few scissors in your hand or at your table, I normally have a minimum of three. So what you can see here is I'll show you, well, I got two different ones right now. Don't have my longer ones. So I like, these guys are made by Shore.
What's wrong with my silver ones there?
Well, those are his grandma's sewing scissors. This is an adjustable one, so you can maybe come over to this camera for a sec, Dane. These guys here are designed in a way that you can actually adjust the tension. So if I want to have a little bit more control and they're not so easily open and closed, then I'll tighten up my tension. These are also serrated. Serrated is really good for cutting any type of hair. And these obviously being very fine point, you can get into some tight spots to clip out just a couple of hairs or something if you need to. These are more of a utility scissor, just a everyday kind of tying scissor. These ones are not serrated, and they're great for cutting thread, not necessarily, yeah. And then you always want to keep a pair of your buddy's scissors, like these ones, these terrible ones. These are great for cutting wire and other things that you don't want to use your good scissors for. Just never, ever, ever cut wire with your good scissors, because it'll absolutely destroy them. One set that I don't have on the desk right now that I really like is just a larger scissor. I would call it also a utility scissor, but it's probably about that much longer. Great for, you know, cutting bigger things like bucktail, or where you're taking bigger clumps of hair and you want to use them for stacking. Sometimes the opening on these is not wide enough to get in one slice what you want. So I like to have a bigger pair of utility scissors as well. I think you get away with 3. That's my opinion.
And one works great to start.
One works fine to start.
Like
we're just getting picky
it'll
now.
cut it all.
Yeah.
But Troy Tracy has a great question, and he asks, how do you stop the thread from reeling in on the Norvise bobbin when you cut it? You hold on before you cut.
Hold on for dear life. So the design of the Norvise. So on this side, I have, this is where I'm gonna have my hook. Okay, now if I pull my thread out and let's say I'll just do this right here so you can see. So if I'm on here, I'll get rid of this first. This is just my tag. Now if I come in here and close and cut this, what you're gonna see is right here in my hand, this is what I always do when I'm tying. I keep a finger of tension or in my palm. When I want to take line off, I just take my hand off and it'll free spool. But especially when I go to finish a fly or whip finish or something, I grab it.
You guys can obviously see that he did not get his nails done this year. Or the middle one.
Well, that wasn't the middle one, huh?
So hold your thread at the bobbin.
Yeah, I like to always hold it at the bobbin and cut. And then quickly what you can do is they give you all these little caps, okay? So if you don't plan on using that thread anymore, I just cap it and set it aside. If you're gonna keep tying with that same thread, what you do is on the other piece of the Norvise, as important as the vise itself, is on the other side here, I have my post. And now my post is just somewhere where I'm gonna leave my thread. If I'm gonna be doing something with it, I'll slide my thread over here. 1 second here. So I'll show you again. So on this Norvise system, just gonna throw a quick half hitch in that, which I'll show you again here briefly. So if I'm gonna take this and I'm now gonna set it over here, I think Dana's gonna swing the camera so you can see it. So this is my cradle right here, and I'll turn it a little bit, even though it's tight so you can see it. All it is like a little rubber stop and a screw on there. And what I do is I just take this and I'm gonna lay it across there. So what I do, let's say I'm done tying, so I'm gonna bring this in quickly, I'm gonna just snip it off. Now I'm gonna come back to my post. That's, I gotcha. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, lay it across, and go around one more time. And then I can just leave my bobbin just hanging there, okay? That's if I'm gonna keep tying with the same thread and I wanna use it, I'm just gonna leave it hanging on my post. And then when I come back to my fly again, or if I come back to tie another one, I just take it off, start it back on my hook. So it's true, you need to keep a little closer eye on what you're doing.
Talk about how that's such an important piece of the system.
This guy here, yeah.
Even holding your thread away.
Yeah, so the key thing with this is, so you're not gonna see it, yeah, he'll back out for you. So let's say I'm on here, and I wanna do something with material or whatever it might be. I always like to tie a quick half hitch, that's just a single overhand knot, and I take my thread and I just set it over there. Okay, so it's a cradle for my bobbin, that's why it's called bobbin cradle. But now I could wrap material around, I could literally leave that there, spin a material up or down, I could dub my thread and do that. And then when I'm ready, I just pick it up and bring my bobbin back. Like literally, you don't understand how good that is. How much easier it makes your life when I can just take my thread, pick it up, the auto bobbin sucks it up, and I'm ready to go again. Okay, I'm right back at it. And then also with the tension that we've created by going around the post twice, I can just leave that hanging at any given time. And then when I come back up to it, it's ready to go again, can set it across. So that's the beauty of this Norvise system, and that's why we do call it a system, because it's not just one piece that makes it really good. It's kind of the combination of all the pieces of the puzzle that make the system what it is. But yeah, but you'll get to see us, get to see me use different styles of stuff with it. We'll tie a lot of just regular style on it, but I will show you a few times where we use the specific functions of the Norvise to make some things easier. As we go through.
I think we can leave it there. That's a good show more things. Show more things.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So I always get razzed about the beats. I hope I'm getting props tonight.
They are pretty good tonight.
Yeah, I think so. So there, Troy, that's your question, and probably maybe we answered a few more questions. So Jim wants the dessert cam. Well, you're gonna have to come for episode 1 because, folks, this is what the dress rehearsal is called. So I'll show you. I don't have any cameras hooked up on it, but the baking cam kind of looks like, well, it really looks like this, except where the screen is black, it is full of luxurious dripping chocolate, strawberry, caramel, butterscotch, or vanilla baking. Maybe donuts, maybe cake, maybe muffins, maybe cupcake. We don't even know. We don't know. You don't know, and we don't know, but it kind of looks like this. Every once in a while, we'll hit up the baking cam. And it looks like this. And that black area is usually, well, it's not usually, it always will be. But tonight is because it's the dress rehearsal. It's just a little different. Yeah, it's kind of a sneak peek on the new scenes we got going for this year. And nobody sponsored the baking cam, which is a shame because that's me having to bake a lot this year.
Somebody did ask if Resina got sponsored again this year.
Resina's the devil.
She's the
Resina's
devil.
the devil. So earlier, I had this beer here, which was called, this is incredible, Apex Predator Brewing. I don't know where they're from.
Edmonton, I think, but yeah.
But like, press screenshot. Guys, screenshot this.
That was a good
Boom.
beer.
Screenshot it. You're going to want that.
Yeah.
And this is just because we're just trying stuff. And
I'm actually really liking this one too.
yeah.
This guy here.
See if you can do the focus as good as me. Pull it back.
He just doesn't like me.
There, you had it. It's also delayed, so I don't know what that problem is.
It's the Banff Ave Black Pilsner. Pretty good.
Okay, tons of breweries in Airdrie. Yeah, so hey, if you guys have connections with breweries and they would love to put some beer and sponsor the show, hit us up. I emailed 15 breweries and not a one got back to me. Not even a hey. So speeding trains, folks, they go whizzing by. I've not had a lot of the Airdrie Brewery's beer.
No, I haven't either.
But yeah, we're up for it. We're up for trying beer. If it's great, let's share it. One thing we don't do, just a disclosure before you laugh at your joke.
Yep.
Your camera's really driving me nuts.
I know what's going on with it.
So maybe if you come sit over... No, you can't do that. I can't put it on you. I don't even have any more commercials. Where's the commercials? It's our safety net. Full disclosure. So you talk about people who sponsor the show. Okay, so nothing that happens on this show will be not real. So Norvise, we used Norvise before we even had a Norvise. We love Norvise. We love the device itself. If Norvise doesn't sponsor, we use a Norvise. That's what it is. So we're not trying to sell you guys on something because it's a sponsored thing. Please trust me on this. Sure. Before we were talked to them last year, we had never tried their scissors. They sent us the scissors and they're phenomenal. Like incredible scissors, incredible people at Shore. Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. I think you guys understand the relationship there. Love everything about them, who they are, what they stand for, who they are as people, who they are as guides, who they are as conservationists in our area, and who they are as business owners. So we love everything about them. Watermasters. We haven't talked about Watermaster enough, but if you haven't been in a Watermaster, I highly suggest it because I had stared at one for many years and I took my first rip this summer, and I'm telling you that was an absolute riot. Something about them was designed to be almost perfect and nothing felt out of place or nothing was like indeficient. I'm like, man, they didn't think of this, they didn't think of that. They literally thought of everything. And in talking with the guys at Watermaster, there's a lot of different rafts out there and they're not cheap, the Watermaster. But having said that, the last thing you want to fall apart on you on a day of fishing is your waders, your boots, or your watercraft, whether it's your drift boat or your raft. So love the Watermaster, and that is a pure and honest answer for that. So nothing that we have on this show is going to be us trying to push something. So that goes for beer. If it's not a beer that we enjoy, that's full disclosure. So, but yeah, if you know someone at a brewery and they want to talk about that conversation, we're always up for that. If you guys, because we talked about the Christmas episode, so if you are crafty or you do some sort of like fishing things, like we got a couple things over there, we're going to show you guys in 2 weeks. Let us know about it because we want to promote you guys, whether you paint some stuff for Christmas, whether you do stuff that's fishy and it's for Christmas, let us know because we would love to share with everybody about what you do and help bring you guys some more business because the community is truly what it's all about. So now that I've rambled, let's see if Tim's
restarted it. We'll see if it works. It's working currently.
Looks a little better. So, all right. Okay. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Chaz doesn't have Shore scissors. That's funny. You want to talk about this shirt? Send me an email, tnl@flyfishingbover.com, and we can talk about this shirt. What else do we want to talk about? So let's get into some more advanced tools. Hackle pliers. What did I call the deer stacker?
The deer stacker, yeah.
The deer stacker.
Oh,
the hair stacker.
Show you a few different things.
I need a new set. So Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, folks, if you get your kit, you get a 20% off code in there.
Yeah, that's
And
huge.
then you can go to Rocky Mountain Fly Shop and buy your scissors because they carry Shore products.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Jen Lyle's in the house, and I know it's a special someone's birthday in the Lyle household, so that's it. Yeah.
I don't have any tighter shirts, Jen.
I don't
Sorry.
like this leg, but let's try doing this, and you can talk about.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna talk about a few tools here. So, this guy here, this is one style of a hackle plier. So you'll see as we go throughout the show, something we're gonna do is basically we need to. It's exactly what it sounds like. We hold the hackle with it. We're gonna be able to spin that around our hook. We're gonna be doing fun things like that, all sorts of things. what I'm gonna say is essential tools for before we get started, okay? The major things, we need bobbin, at least a bobbin. We need scissors, okay? We need a whip finish tool, okay? Whip finish tool is how we're gonna finish our flies, okay? So it looks like these funky looking things. I will take you through, on our first fly that we tie, I will take you through what we call a half hitch, which is an easier version of finishing your fly. We'll take you through that. Just so that you have the opportunity to see something in case the whip finish isn't easy, but it's not as complicated as people make it. And I feel like I'm fairly confident in how I teach it that some people actually have learned from it. So hopefully if you're struggling with it and you're excited to try that, then we can do that. Another advanced tool that I have here, working with hair, really like this thing. I mean, I used to think it was completely unnecessary, but now that I use it, you can see some steam coming off it. This is actually just, you can literally burn anything with it. It's a cauterizing tool like a doctor would use, but this one is marketed for fly tying. So whether it's trimming or shaping hair, taking any little material like that, you can come in and just touch it and you'll just be able to burn it out of the way. It also very inconveniently burns things you don't want to burn out of the way.
Just a side note, David Blackman's in the house.
What's up, David? What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
You can use these for nose hair too. Asking for a friend. And that friend was in my boat.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But besides that, guys, that's about the main tools we're going to need. As far as the one extra thing that you should have before we get going is we're going to say head cement of some kind, okay? So head cement is just a glue or a resin that we're going to be able to finish our flies with and make sure they don't come undone. If you could have one thing and you went and bought one thing for the show for resin, this doesn't have a label on it. I'll show you a better label next week. But this is...
there's kind of the bigger bottle.
Oh, they're bigger bottles
the tall
here,
one.
yeah. Solar Res, not a sponsor, just really believe in their product, really like their stuff. This is a UV resin. So what we do is we actually put it on and I hit it with a UV torch. I'll put a glob on this.
Put it on. Sammy Superstar's in the house. What's up, Sammy?
So this stuff, if I make, let's say I finish my fly, or even if I'm building like a thorax on a nymph or something, as soon as I put this on, I get a little drop on there. It's gonna drop on me. If I come in here and I hit it
with the light. And if you guys followed along in season 2, we had a dancing lady come across the screen called Resina.
She liked to crash the show.
Yeah.
Literally. So that's the cool stuff about a resin, guys, is the UV resin is you can cure it instantly and it works like an epoxy, but this stuff is called bone dry and it's made by Solar Res and it's just a really thin version of it. It's just like having like just a regular head cement. The one other head cement that I really recommend, and it's super cheap, is just go to your local cosmetic shop or Shoppers Drug or whatever.
Oh, your Sally Hansen dried up.
Did it dry up? Yeah. And get some Sally Hansen's. Hard as nails in the clear. It's perfect, and it's really good for. I like it for dry flies, and I don't want to put that stuff on because it does add a little weight. Show us how to use a whip finish tool for sure. So we'll adjust this camera back. I'm gonna cut this off of here so it's, if I can get that resin off. So I'll quickly show you I'll take you through the whip finish as well as the half hitch. The half hitch I'll start with is super, super easy. Get all that thread off there. So I'll go back in, start my thread on my hook here. So let's say I'm gonna come up here, I'm all done tying my fly, and I'm gonna finish it off right up here. Well, we know we have to put some type of knot in there. If we don't have a knot in there, it's not going to hold, obviously. I guess you could put resin and sit here and wait for it to dry, but that's not as efficient as just doing this, okay? Something that's on the back of most whip finish tools, or you can grab like a empty pen or something like that, is just having a little hole in the back of this. And so what I'm gonna do, this is how I'm gonna show you first off is what we'll call the half hitch. So I pull a little bit of thread off my bobbin, I lay my half hitch tool on it, and all I'm gonna do is wrap around once, twice, and
slow.
It's nice and slow.
Just like me at the start of the show, Tim. Can you go slow? Maybe I gotta change the music for you.
Is wrapping around that twice, sticking that little hole over the end of the hook, and sliding those two wraps off. Okay? All that does is make a nice little knot. That's not gonna go anywhere either. And if I do a half hitch, I'm probably gonna do like 2 of them. just to make sure that it's for sure locked in. But that's as simple as it is. And just as easy, you can use your finger, right? I can go like this, wrap around my finger once, put my finger on the tip of the hook and let that slide off the hook. That's a simple half hitch. I can wrap it twice, do the same thing, let it slide off, pull it tight. Okay, half hitch, really, really simple. Now let's show you the fun one. Okay, so our whip finish, we have this tool. The initial poker, or the little hook on the end, that's the first point of contact. We kind of start the same way. I'm gonna pull my thread out a bit. I'm gonna take that point, I'm gonna stab it in. So that's my first grabbing point. Now, if you follow real nice and easy and slow, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap it around that other little bend at the back. So you can see at the back of this tool, there's that little bend with a little groove in it. So I stab, wrap around, and now the natural progression if I'm pulling with the thread hand is that that's just gonna flip over. I let it flip, I make a 4. So if you're looking at the thread, it looks like a 4, okay? Now, if I pulled that away, start again, stab, wrap, allow it to wrap forward and spin, let it spin in your hand, I get my 4, and now where this running line crosses that main thread, now I'm just gonna lay that right on the hook. And as I go around, I can just keep wrapping, 1, 2, 3 maybe. And then how I'm gonna get out of this is pretty simple as well. I do exactly the same thing I started with, but I do it in reverse. So now I'm gonna tip that butt section up so that the thread comes off of it. And then I'm left with the hook attached to the thread, and I'm just gonna pull down and control that so it's right where I want it to be. Seat that so it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, pretty simple. I'll show you one more time. Gonna stab. I'm gonna let it hit that groove, start folding forward until I get my 4. Once I've got my 4, I'm gonna lay that thread on the hook itself. Go around once, twice, 3 times, tip off the back first. Now I've got the hook in control, slide it in, take the hook out. Check it, make sure it's seated. That is your whip finish, okay? And I know that does look kind of complicated, but if you really take it slow and don't worry on when we get going again next week, I'll take you through it again nice and slow, and we'll really make sure you nail it. It's an invaluable tool to have and an invaluable tool in your toolbox to finish every fly, because you just need to have it, you need to know it.
So Jeff asks, does Norvise have different jaws for tying different flies?
Yes.
And
Yes,
Jeff, want to welcome him to the TNL fam. His kit's on the way.
What's up, Jeff? Awesome. So to answer your question, yes, there is. So the jaws that you see in the vise here, these are the just the regular standard vise that comes with this, with the setup. I think I have one more set on here I can show you. These guys here, so with just a simple screw on the underside, you can see there, I take that screw out, the shaft here will pull out.
The shaft. Speaking of the shaft, Juanita Mahan just said, hey, chocolate croissants, anyone?
She knows.
Is like that how I paired the two?
Yeah, it was good.
Paired the
inside
two?
Joke, inside joke. So these are what we call the midge jaws. So
Inside
they're
the truck on the way home joke.
appropriate.
Why can't I get your delay out?
These jaws are designed to tie smaller flies. So you can tie down to like a size 22 or smaller midge. You got a really fine point, and these also adjust, the angle adjusts at the pivot points, so you can really get it set up nice so you can get at the underhook bend that you want to. And yeah, that's a great one. They also make like they call it a big game jaw. So it's this exact jaw, except it's just on steroids. It's much larger, can hold hooks that are much larger. So that's holding your big salt water, like 3, 4, 5/0 hooks, okay? The other one they just came out with last year is their shank jaw. And that's designed to hold like shanks to tie intruders or to tie all the craziest game changers right now. And so those jaws are designed to hold those quite flawlessly, but what it actually is basically this jaw right here, but held at this angle. And there's a special groove on the inside to hold the shaft, but it's actually my favorite jaw. So for most of the season, you're gonna see me actually tie out of that new shank jaw, which we'll show you. It's just because it is brilliant in how it holds. You get lots more access to the hook bend. And I do have these larger ones here, so I'll show you these guys. And then these guys here, these are those the big game jaws. So you can see how much larger they are. They're significantly larger, able to hold a much larger hook. So there you go, Jeff. That's all of the jaws that they have currently. Actually, that's not true. They have a 2-fly attachment as well, but I don't use that one.
Yes. And they also have the tool attachment, which we will have for you guys to show you next week when the show actually begins. So, Jen Lyle is sponsoring the bacon cam if Tim ties topless all season.
Oh man,
wow!
You don't want to see that, boys.
For $27,000.
Yeah, $27,000.
That's what the sponsorship's going for. I will also wear no pants next week too.
That's just for temperature control.
Okay. So, minor delays with Tim's. We don't know. What we do know, folks, is that a very popular subtitled movies went very popular. Oh, they were popular. That's what I meant to say is, it was good. One time in the world, everybody liked the kung fu videos that were subtitled, and the lips didn't match. So essentially, that's what we got going on here. All right. Okay, so Jeff's delivering some Airdrie Brew next week, and that is fantastic. I don't need him to be topless. I have a thing for his hands.
Oh, Jordan.
From one ginger to the next. Just move it live. We can watch its life. No problem. I think it's a tie for me. Okay, guys, kits. If you haven't bought a kit, I highly suggest that you go on the website, flyfishingbover.com/Thursday Night Live.
Yeah.
The link to the kit is there. We'll get the kit out to you. I'm telling you what, well, speaking of kits, let's give one away. Tim, okay. So, I don't want to burn off all these comments. Bit of a drive, but there's a great shop in Little Fort north of Highway 5. Best place to get a cauterizer. Well, first ask Colin because he deals with hairline. I believe Colin. I feel like Colin passed out already. Maybe Tammy's still awake. Colin, are you there? They might have it on Amazon. Give Colin a ring first and say, hey, do you have the cauterizer?
Yeah.
And then check elsewhere. Solarez. I put that shit okay on Cody. Cody, either your fingers are broke or
he corrected it down there.
Okay, because it's like he's just out. This is what it is, folks. We just sit here, we tie flies, we tie 2 patterns every single week. So in your kit that Tim has, because we're gonna give this away right now. This is your kit. Okay, it's $280 Canadian. That's about $200 American. It's Canadian prices. In your kit, you're gonna get those little packages. Not everybody gets one of those coasters. So there in his hand is a 20% off at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. Okay, that's a coupon code. We don't want to don't put it in focus, so they're all gonna see what it is. You get $100 off of a guided fly fishing trip with Fly Fishing Bover Outfitters. You get that 4x6 card of what is up behind me. All of the flies that we're tying this year. You get 6 rolls of thread. So that's like $20 for those 6 rolls of thread. You get 20 episodes. Each episode in that kit has 2 patterns, fully tied. It has a material in there to tie those patterns up to 2 more times, subjectively to how much you use your material properly, wisely, wasted, whatever. But that's what's in there. So there's 20 episodes. So essentially you get 40 already tied flies. If you were to tie all of their flies, okay, now you guys are going to start to come full circle and see why I asked you this question earlier when Tim had giveaway number 2 up. Okay, and we said there's probably 100 flies in there. And people said that the value of that was probably to $500 to $800 worth of guesses. It's why I asked you guys, because you're essentially getting 120 flies in your kit for $280 Canadian. So you guys already admitted that right there is worth $500 to $800. So your kit is like completely discounted on sale. Plus you get $100 off of a guided fly fishing trip with Fly Fishing Bow River Outfitters. 20% off at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. 6 rolls of thread. And you get to partake in the next 20 episodes with me and Tim making fun of each other and things going south. So that's what it is. The kits are for sale. Please, if you haven't got one, go get one. I promise you, you're going to enjoy a lot more. We send the kids to Sweden. Just click on shipping and I'll figure out and eat the cost, whatever it is, to get it out to Sweden. Hola. Yes, Mark, spot on. No issues, boys. Okay. You will wear a dress. I will wear a dress. We will wear lots of things. We got Christmas episode in 2 weeks. We're going to have this all planned out for the year. We got 80s episode. We got more ideas. We don't remember them all right now because I haven't thought of them yet. But we're going to do our best to entertain you guys every single Thursday here on Thursday Night Live Fly Time. Okay, so Rocky Mountain Fly Shop's just waiting on the cauterizers. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do, Chris has already thrown out some numbers. You guys have to remember, we don't need any powders here because all of your comments from Facebook and YouTube, wherever you're watching the show, they populate and they come into our screen here. They don't all come in the way that you guys see them on your screen. So what we have to do is pick the first right answer that we see on our screen.
Yeah. As they come in, guys, we're going to answer them. Just can't, there has been a few.
Yeah, there's been, and last year there was a discrepancy about the Norvise.
Yeah.
And so Sean said he's not going to buy a Norvise this year. He's going to wait until he fair and square wins his share of a Norvise. Because last year he was the bridesmaid. He was second to the bride. Yeah. So good luck, everybody. What we're doing here is not picking a number.
Nice try, though.
Tim, you got your earring back in.
Just one.
I don't like your delay. It's freaking me out. I look over here, you haven't done it yet. I look over here, you've already done it. It's like I can read the future. And the drum roll, please, folks. So, I need to know, last year, this is a good one.
Okay.
On season 3 of Thursday Night Live Fly Time, we had an 80s retro episode. The show crashed because things got super weird, and that's the way it is. We've also ordered a new computer, so it should be here next week. So hopefully the issues aren't what they were, but they probably will be because that's live streaming. But I need the first person to tell me there's going to be, the answer comes in a form of 2. I need to know, do you know what I'm getting at?
I don't yet.
He never does. I need to know the names of the 2 people, and these 2 people can't win. The 2 people who won the 80s night themed,
best costume.
Yep, best costume. In the comments, the first people that we see comment these win. The names of the 2 people who won the 80s best costume last year on season 3 episode 80s night. We will wait. We will wait and go.
Your music's failing.
Cam and Bruce, that's not true. Bruce and Mark, Chris and Tim, guy with a mullet.
Guy with a mullet.
That might have been true, but we need to know his name.
What was his name? Beavis and Butthead. Oh, man.
Yeah, almost.
John Lennon and Paul McCartney.
Pretty close. No, Mark.
Cheyenne,
Close,
Mark.
but not close. It was a couple.
It was a couple.
We're getting closer. I can smell it. I don't know what I'm smelling, but victory. George Jones and Madonna.
Oh, man.
Tim and Dana. Remember what we said, folks. Not me and someone else. Roger. No, it was not.
No, it wasn't.
And we would need her name, Bruce. We would need to know her name. So if you do win and you already have a kit, I think it would be fantastic if you said, hey, I want to give it to someone in here that doesn't have a kid, and you picked them up, whether after the show, during the show. Resina.
Dang it, I was drunk that night.
Hey, folks, we got nowhere to go. It's 8:44. That's dope, that clock.
It is dope. I like
Yeah.
it. We got a new clock
Oh,
to stare
it's
at.
not Cheyenne and Baird Sturgeon.
No,
It's not Jen and Cam.
Who's going to go
It's
back
not
into
Steve and
season?
Jen. Oh, who's going back into the
Who's going
archives?
back in the archive to figure
Well,
this out?
folks, I didn't say it would be easy.
No. Yeah, you got to figure it out.
We'll await the comments. We will await the comments.
Yep. This leg is brutal. How many of you look on you?
Wish I knew. Do I have time to go watch? You have time to do whatever you want to do, but if you aren't the first, you're the last. We are waiting to know what are the names of the couple that won the 80s best costume last season in season 3, the 80s theme
Trevor and
night.
Jenna.
Was there a mullet? There was a mullet.
Yeah.
There was some hot pink spandex bodysuits. Not sure how I remembered that. I remember the photo.
I know how you remember that.
It was burnt. The mullet was... That's why you win. You go all out like that. So we're just waiting here, folks, trying to figure out, do you want to win this kit? Next question.
Come on, Jim.
Oh, yeah. Well, so what we do have is a couple more giveaways, and those questions are going to be a little bit easier, but not easiest. Oh, man. Too many fluorescent colors. Nobody remembers.
Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie. Well, they might win it this year. Yeah. So, if anybody or if nobody has checked out Corey's latest piece of work that he's doing, the Beaver Dam, I think he's called it. Dana's kids. Well, they probably could be my kids, but they are not. So when I said I thought the Norvites were for older people, Jim James William Crawford said, how old? I said, old enough to need a snowblower, because I saw him out this morning blowing snow.
Blowing snow.
Yep. Smith & Wesson.
Man.
Wow. Yes, Laura, you do remember. Cam and his daughter, no. They were a couple. And they're not watching tonight or they would win.
Yeah.
Sucks to be them. Ruby and Corey. No. All right, well, looks like this thing is not getting given away tonight.
Jeez. I didn't think it'd be this hard. Surprised someone hasn't gone back in and watched it.
Well, they probably are. That's why everybody left.
That's why there's nobody commenting.
Yeah, everybody's just scrubbing through it like, we need to find out who the winner was. I don't know. Do we just move on or do we pick a new playlist? I like this playlist.
It's been a good playlist.
It's not bad. I think we can do better if I go.
Nope. I had a picture of the winner, but the name wasn't mentioned.
Not me. I just had the picture of the winner, but the name. Yes.
What episode? Victor, it's the 80s night. It's 3/4 of the way through, I think.
So me and Victor went out this summer. And we went early for stones, and they were not eating.
No?
We sat in this one run, and I said, Victor, we don't leave here until we see a fish. And we did.
Yeah. Is that a red stag that's in his? What's he holding there?
William. Probably.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Victor, what do you got in your profile photo?
Yeah, it looks like a red stag.
3. Episode number 3. It is not number 3.
No, it's got to be like number 15.
It's got to be like 16, 17.
It was fairly late in the season.
Well, guess what, folks? We're going to give this until... Actually, we're going to set the timer.
Looking back is entertaining. Everybody's back in it.
They're
Eric's
back.
still asking.
Eric still wants numbers.
Oh,
New
man.
Zealand Red Stag, Tim.
New Zealand Red Stag. That is awesome, Victor. You'll have to come check out your Facebook page and look at that picture a little better.
All right. Well, guess what? This one is going. This one's going away. It's not Ken and Jeff.
It didn't say. Hey.
It is. This is not getting given away.
Oh, I guess you have to tune in next episode.
It'll have to wait till next week, folks. Looks like nobody won this. Okay. This one's gonna go super quick. Two no-namers. No, they have names. So this kid here, we're moving on. The answers are not gonna win because we got to move on. It's 8:50. We got 10 minutes left. We got to hit up the best part of the night, which are the wins. We had no direction tonight, and we probably failed. Jade is the name,
man.
and it's not Scott. So we're moving on, folks. We're moving on to this kit that you guys have valued at $550 was the average value of this kit. This kit, what I would assume is 100, 200 flies. Anyways, honey and baby girl. Oh, so this kit here is essentially what you get in your Thursday Night Live fly tying kit as you put it together. Okay, so if you valued this at $500 to $700, your Thursday Night Live kit is $500 to $600, Well, you pay whatever you want. You just go in there and add a tip, and you can make yourself, you can make that kit worth this. But we want to give this away right now. So again, okay, full disclosure, we don't want anybody complaining or any hurt feelings. The winner of this is the first. We see it here. It populates here. I want someone to tell me. Love this music. It's
Good music.
Okay, folks. So to win this whole set of dry flies, I mentioned a pub that we would be perhaps having a Christmas party at in 2 weeks. Put the name of the pub in the comments. The first person to see here gets this whole entire kit of flies.
Let's see it. There it is.
Keith Branter. Keith already won. Keith. There it goes.
There it goes. That didn't take long.
Yeah, we're gonna have some problems here. We're gonna have an overpopulation of comments. So Keith Branter tuning in on YouTube.
Yeah.
Keith Branter wins the pack of dry flies. It's called Trax Pub. It's a local pub here. Highly suggest if we do make this happen in 2 weeks, I highly suggest you drive up and be a part of this.
Yeah.
It's on a Thursday, and what's happening on Thursday is pizza night at Trax Pub. So
yeah.
Definitely, let's make this happen.
It sucks for people who can't see the comments on YouTube.
I know. YouTube and Facebook.
But yes, Keith wins
No
it.
pubs got back to you. No breweries did not get back to us. Trax Pub is local, and it's one of my best friends that owns the place, and we love the guy. We love the people there. We love Trax. Trax is a pub. It's not a brewery. No breweries got back to us.
Yeah.
Breweries are the people that sell the beer, make the beer.
Yes,
Okay, so
Justin.
Keith, TNL at flyfishingbowriver.com. Send me an email with your address, not your email address, your address, so I can ship those out, and I'll get those out to you tomorrow. That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
So, not only did Keith get a kit because he bought one, so good things come to those who buy kits. Kits are still available, folks. If you haven't got a kit, you better go grab that because there is still a few left. I can't promise they're going to last long. Okay, so proof of vax, or what you can do is go to Walmart for $19 and get a COVID test, and
A couple beers worth. That's it.
yeah. We're
It
not.
is what it is. It sucks, but it is what it is.
I'll meet you at Walmart.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's rock and roll, folks. We got a giveaway, and this sorry, Tim. I got to put it on me.
Get it over there.
Well, what I might be able to do. Hold tight.
Hold tight. Holding tight.
Be right back.
Give you a good view of this poster. So this next giveaway, guys, what it actually is, and if you've already got a kit, you'll see it. A smaller version of this in your kit is this is every fly that we're gonna tie this season. Dana did a really good job of taking the photos and getting this all put up together, but it's pretty awesome. And this is a really big poster. This poster, like we said earlier, is about 4 feet by 3 feet-ish. Pretty stinking epic. And now he's trapped himself by his own camera and can't get back to his desk. 1 second here, and we'll switch it over and you'll have a good view of what it looks like.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, if you can see the mess and tangle cords in here.
What do you want to see?
I said if you could see the mess and tangle of cords in here.
It's better this year.
It is
Been
better.
doing my best. Okay, so where am I going?
There it
Okay,
is.
so this. So maybe.
So it's like half a Dana. It's like 3/4 of me. It's awesome.
See?
It is big.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So that's what we're giving away next, folks. Once I come back to me and Timothy. Oh, Glenn Pipke's selling an old Norvise. I want a new one like Tim. So guys, hit up Glenn Pipke if you want a Norvise. He is moving his Norvise. So if you want these shirts, send me an email, tnl@flyfishingbover.com, and say you want the shirt and tell me what size. And we'll do our best to make that happen.
Yeah.
You won't, no, Mike, you won't need a magnifying glass for that one. So yeah, I got this one. It's all wrapped. It's ready to ship.
It's awesome.
I want some weirder music for this one.
Weirder music. Oh, some of the playlists you had last year were that.
They were bad.
Oh.
Okay, so Glenn Pipke's selling his Norvise, and let's get away with giving this one away.
Get on with
Tim?
it. Yes.
I need another beer.
Well, you want to drink my other one?
You can talk. Do you have one?
Well, no, but it's partially. I realized I opened 2. I can't drink both. I gotta drive. One's all you. All
Okay,
right.
now I can come back to me. That's all I needed. I just needed
Just
a little.
needed a little something. Whistle.
It was just dry in here.
What is a whistle?
Tim, tell him a joke.
Yeah. Tell him a joke. No, but what I am gonna do is I'm gonna ask for a joke. So I don't know where Doug is, but somebody in here right now, I want to see the best joke you've got because this is actually really fun. Keep it semi-appropriate would be good. But whatever the best joke is, let's see it. I'm not good at jokes. Although my 6-year-old, I can't look at him right now. My 6-year-old loves telling knock-knock jokes that have no rhyme, reason, or ending. So I'm getting, guessing compared to her, I'm pretty good. How much for that Norvise? I want
The only joke is your leg. So
I know. I can't even watch it.
I know it's so
It's killing me.
Glenn Colleen is wanting to know how much you're asking for your vice. Okay, Bryce says, what did the elephant say to the naked man? And the answer is also there. How do you breathe through that tiny thing? Oh, he had a tiny nose, I think.
Oh, that's great. I caught a lot of fish this year.
All right, okay. Okay,
No why.
so, I gotta come up. Did I not have a game for this?
You didn't know. I don't think so.
Okay. Folks, because we're running out of time,
Tired.
and I want this one to go quick. Get your fingers ready, okay? Get your fingers ready, like the fingers. I want to know. It's like a song, because I want to know. Have you ever seen the rain? I'll find it better.
can't sing that. Good quality stuff will get kicked off.
I usually do get booted. Copyright infringement.
Guys, we're past guessing names. We'll come back to that next
Okay,
week.
back to the games. So I want to know, folks. This one's gonna go quick, so you better get your fingers ready. We got a new sponsor this year, and they make some pretty awesome rafts. Tell me, first person to put in the comment what the name of these rafts are wins this poster, this life-size poster. Go.
Go. This can't be
Tim,
a hard
if you
one.
say go, it's gonna be 4 seconds delayed, and then someone's not gonna win.
Someone will win.
Nope. Doop. Draft new. Oh.
There it is. Oh, man, you got it.
Crap. Okay, we're rolling back. Hold tight.
There it is. Sean Allison.
Sean Allison.
First one.
Sean Allison. Was he not on Facebook? Now he's on YouTube? Because everybody thinks YouTube's faster than Facebook?
They do.
Yeah, that's what we like. So it's a bit of a marketing scam. We're trying to get you all over to YouTube. And Tim really laughs at my jokes when they happen, not 3 seconds later, like you guys are seeing. Sean, TNL at flyfishingbowriver.com, and we're going to get this life-size poster sent up to you, and that is yours. So that's about... Any other questions? Watermaster. Look, Jade's in the house.
There she is.
And Jade, you were the answer to one of the questions tonight.
And you weren't, somebody did
You
get
weren't
it.
even
You were
here.
just late. Way late.
Ryan's so eager he's on both. I'm starting to heat up again. The heat.
It's hot in here.
Okay, let's go, folks. So I want to know before we move on to the final segment of the show, do you have any more questions about what you will need to get the season going? So we do want to sell these kits out. Again, all that stuff helps us keep doing the show, spending time with you guys. So if you haven't bought a kit, if you're on the fence and you want to ask some questions, here's another thing. Reach out if getting the kit is a bit of a stretch right now. We do have some wiggle room as far as like, I know over at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, they've set up so you can make 4 equal payments at $70. So you can take advantage of that over on Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. So it's not going to come at a big chunk of change right now. RockyMountainFlyShop.net. They have kits there. And if they need more, because more of you guys need to take advantage of that situation, it's 4 equal payments of $70, and it's 0 interest. It's got a little loud.
Heavy, yeah, I got heavy there.
So anyways, RockyMountainFlyShop.net, they have that option that you guys can make payments. But let's get these kits out of this basement and into your hands. Out of my car and out of my dreams. Get out of my dreams and into your car. Isn't that a song?
It is now.
Get out of my car. What song is that?
I have no
Get
idea.
out of my car and in my dreams. Okay. Stock the fridge. Are these ties appropriate for BC waters? So the flies. If you're getting these flies to just specifically fish, I don't think it's not the right idea. A lot of these flies, I point over there because we've got a bunch, they're all there or here. They're appropriate for a lot of trout streams. This is hot. This is very hot. I might just straight up leave the hair.
Oh, there you go. Oof.
Thought I knocked the beard.
Well,
Yeah, so there's saltwater flies, there's streamers, there's trout, lots of trout flies, there's bass flies, there's pike flies, there's bass, I said bass, carp flies.
It's a bit of everything. It's not just for
Yeah.
it's not just for the Bow River, just for anywhere specific. But there are lots of trout flies that are applicable to just about anywhere.
Might have to get a hair Brett. Morgan and Jade. Adrian, had that been about an hour earlier,
Yeah.
if you weren't as delayed as Tim's video, you would have won.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so Rocky Mountain Fly Shop for the win. Go over there, folks. RockyMountainFlyShop.net. 4 equal payments of $70, 0 interest. And you get your kit. They'll ship it out tomorrow. I promise you that. Or you can head over to our website, and the kits are also there. So either which way, support the fly shops. Tell your fly shop, hey, you should give them a call. Get some these kits in the fly shop. All that stuff is great. But
Tim should run his finger through Dana's hair.
Tim will. I like this to see him like, yo, man. Could you imagine if I had long hair or
no.
hair?
Hair, any hair.
I can't see, but folks.
Yeah.
Favorite freaking part of the night.
Best part of the night. Right here.
Right here. So it's kind of where it's hard to take me serious. I get it. I can take off my hair.
Glasses. Put on the cap.
The relic cap.
The relic cap.
This isn't a Thursday Night Live hat. It's fake.
It is fake.
So, folks, you do. It's actually not on my back, Blake. That's surprising, but so this is probably one of the coolest parts of Thursday Night Live Fly Tie-In, and it will be here every single episode. And it's called "What Is Your Win?" So, you guys, tell us in your comments, like, what is your win of the week? What was the best part of your week? For the last couple of years, we've been inundated with a lot of negativity. And we thought, hey, let's hold space for people to share about really cool things that are going on in their life. And so usually we'll start it off, and by us, I mean Tim. And bear with his delay. It is sincere. So
just listen to the serenity of my voice and not the appearance of my face on the camera. Yeah, guys, this is a great part of the show. Love it. Love being able to share our wins, but also, feeling inspired by what we read in yours. So the easy part about going first for me this week is I know Dana would say the same. We have been waiting for this to start for so long. My win is 100% not only sitting next to him here, being able to spend time with Dana, knowing we have 20 weeks ahead of what we love doing. But getting to share it with you guys. And I don't even know if you understand how you speak into our lives. So it's a pretty cool thing, really cool thing for us to share all of this with you and for you to share with us. So my win 100% this week, in a week when I've needed a lot of high stress in my life these days. This is everything. So thank you for everyone who showed up today. There's so many of you here, and just thank you for speaking into our lives this week. And I can't wait for next week.
Absolutely. So, kind of to parlay a bit off of that, my win for the week is, so we took a risk last year. Due to COVID, we were at home, and we kind of gained a lot of new followers from around the world. The people said, hey, we want the kits too. So we took a risk this year, or last year first, and we're like, oh my goodness, like how many kits should we make? So I think we sold around 40 kits last year, and that was a big step for us because there was a cost involved and a time involved. But we believed in that the group was growing, that the family was growing. And this year so far, I think we're over 90 kits sold so far. And that's just like blew me away. When the kits were coming in, I'm trying to get everything set up to start tonight for you guys. And I'm just sitting here, and kit orders are coming in, and we're pumping them out, and we're shipping them out. And it just reminded me how important you guys are to us. And I couldn't wait to get here to this day to share with you guys how awesome that is. That means that you guys believe in what we're doing as a part of the TNL fam. Because at the end of the day, without you guys, and we say this and it might sound cliche over and over and over again, but without you guys supporting us through buying kits or just showing up and making awesome comments and being a really cool part of the TNL family, we're not here. This doesn't exist. It only exists through the support of you guys. So my win, like Tim's, this week is each and every one of you guys that has reached out and said thank you for your kits, who has purchased a kit, who has reached out and said that you're planning on buying a kit, or you've just showed up here tonight and you've commented, or you've just been a part of the family. That's a huge win for me. So now we get to talk to you guys. What a bunch of comments have come in, and I really truly want to get to everybody, but I posted a couple here, and Chaz was getting to take guide school with a bunch of amazing people and getting to meet some amazing family, which I forgot guide school took place after Thursday Night Live.
It did, so we're going to see a bunch of these guys. Yeah.
What is guide school? We'll talk about that because it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
I posted a couple of these. Keith, no hair here. No. You can read this one.
Yeah, so for Cam says, my win, finally being able to work a ski race and get to hang out on the course again. Dad and TNL is back, baby. Oh yeah, it's awesome, man.
Therapy for the winter blues before ice fishing.
Yeah. Pogue says, my win is my young family. Love you, Chelsea, Tucker, and Rowan, and Whiskey. Good night, everyone. See you next week. See you next week, bud.
Troy's win was getting to know a legend, Brian Freeman. He passed on Monday. He was the fly shop owner here and a great teacher for fly tying.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
good,
awesome.
Troy. Sin with a grin is excited to be here, spending Thursday Night Live with all these good people.
And I had one heck of a day with him on the river this year.
Yeah.
Fish getting back to hanging out with everyone on Thursday.
Heck yeah. Golf in Wisconsin, yet in December. Wow.
The Packers are solid.
Solid.
Mark, he's got an X-ray student that has gone through hell the past month. She lost a loved one and has been out of school for a while. She came back this week, and I had her with me. By the end of the day, she was laughing and working with patience, and it filled my heart. Giving more than you take.
I guess the party's over on YouTube.
Yeah.
Apparently.
This is beta.
Way
I thought it
more
was beta. I'm like,
Yeah.
apparently that's a win. Brandy
It's a win.
found
She
YouTube.
found YouTube. Davis says, love moving to BC, but going to miss fishing the bow all the time. But it'll be fun finding new places here. Yeah, will, man.
Jeff's spontaneous trip to Banff to winter camp and ski with his dog. That filled his soul.
Heck yeah. Sean Ellison, our win of the week is getting together with the TNL fam. Welcome newbies, love people, and catch fish.
Oh yeah.
Amen.
Cody, my win is my beautiful wife and daughter Isabella buying me the kit for Christmas and letting me open it early.
That's awesome.
Merry Christmas, Cody.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. Joe Mattington got a friend on his first steelhead this week, which is a big win. Glad to see everybody back here safely. This spring and the summer, looking forward to season 4. Us too.
Eugene. He got his Fly Fusion magazine this week.
Yeah. It's like watching you guys is a wonderful reminder of home. Someday I may have to get back at it again. On that day, I will call on a win.
We shot their wedding.
Nice.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Jade's win was being able to get a kit this year. And somebody could have won a kit had they guessed Jade and Morgan were the 80s winners from last year.
Yeah. Oh, Blake, my win is being clean and sober and getting my life back on track. Really look forward to spending time with you guys and the Thursday Night family. Amen, man.
Daddy-daughter time. Dad, Dana said her name on TV. Jared Krause
Jared
was in the
Krause.
studio earlier today picking up his kit.
That's awesome.
Bruce.
Win for the week, seeing Montana. Folks respond and rescuing fish on the Madison after the dam problem. Can't wait to visit there someday. Yeah, that was crazy.
Darcy.
My win and my beautiful wife, and now cancer-free, was the best week ever.
Wow.
Holy man, Darce. That's amazing.
That's the good stuff,
That's the
Darcy.
good stuff, man. Hold her tight.
Bags. My win this week was getting back to this again with the TNL fam. I also got a kit this year. Very thankful to get to be a bigger part. Thank you again.
Adrian, your win is TNL starting up again. He got a kit this year as well. That's awesome.
Scott's reconnecting with friends on the river. That is a great win.
Yeah. Yeah, if you need to know about BC, hit up Dave. He knows about it.
Yeah.
Jonathan, he says, I lost the end of my dominant index finger in a table saw accident in September. Since then, I've caught some personal best fish, tied flies, teaching my 8-year-old how to tie, and learned to move on. Although working at a computer all day, now typing the Y key is really a pain in the
Substitute it for an I.
Yeah.
Brent's win is founding the TNF family, the Thursday Night Live, TNL. Getting things started again and being able to get to Rocky Mountain Fly Shop this weekend. Shop local.
Yeah, shop local.
Bryce.
Yeah. You got to go see him.
That's so cool, man. I got to meet some people this week. Dropping some kits off. And Bryce, if you haven't seen some of his flies, it's pretty incredible. Eric, what a blessing sister has been since our grandmother passed away. My sister been helping me get my grandmother's farm ready for me to move in and get my house ready to sell. It has been so overwhelming. I'm blessed she's helping me. And you're all a blessing to keep my mind off the struggles that I'm going through. And thank you so much for the Thursday Night Live fly time.
Awesome.
Keith, yes, that is true.
So won a bunch of flies. Congrats, man.
Travis Wade.
My win is having my family, friends, and a community like this in my life, and something I get to look forward to every day. Yes.
Charlie, my win was watching my boys open up a parcel from you guys this week and their reactions. Then being excited to watch tonight. They said this morning they felt like it was Christmas. It's so cool.
That's so cool. We got to meet those boys this year. That was special. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff, guide school is the greatest experience you can have near the water. Yeah, man. That's a great week.
Rick says, my win is almost having my Zoom fly tying sessions for my disabled vet set up. Waiting for a couple of camera mounts to get here. Should be starting it hopefully next week. That's awesome.
That's wicked. Chris says, my win's negative for COVID Monday after 2 weeks of the grid. My wife ordered a kit for me. Now I can go fling some flies. That's awesome, Chris.
Ryan sold his Volkswagen and he's got a spot to store his drift boat. And being here with the TNL fam.
Oh yeah. Gunner is getting to keep my little finger and starting to get movement back in it. Oh, that's great.
Happy birthday to Autumn. If she's watching.
Yeah, happy birthday, Autumn.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing your dad and your mom.
Love people. That was deserved. Mike.
Celebrating my dad's life. 2 years gone, but the life we spent in the outdoors.
Yeah. And if you guys need to know more about that story, it's in the Fly Fishing Saves Lives podcast. And Mike shares the story about him and his dad. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. Roger lost his best friend to cancer right before Thanksgiving. We shared a love for fishing, cars, and family. But still, God is good. Got to hear some great stories about him before we met. I appreciate the time we had even more. It's a bittersweet thing.
Bittersweet. Yep, I know.
Cody, good night, everyone. It was great to get back after it with you all. And we will be back next Thursday for episode 1 when the show really starts and we start tying some flies. Dave.
Oh, yeah, Dave. My win has been reaching out to finally float the bow after 20 plus years of being in Alberta. Got a couple of great guides and now on to what is shaping up to be some of the great Thursday nights ahead. Awesome summer with you on the river, man. 2 floats, they were awesome.
Alex. Guide school is a memory of a lifetime. Best thing I've done and opened my eyes not just in the fishing community, but in finding myself and pushing myself out there. Got to make some amazing friends and amazing opportunities. Alex is a story, guys. That
man, the growth and the change we saw in him in a week was special.
Yeah.
Yeah, Craig, he got the kit for Christmas, and this. So glad to be back with the TNL fam. Yeah, sorry about the crappy day at work.
Nice. Ola battled COVID infection.
Yeah.
Hit us up. We'll ship to Sweden. Just let us know.
Yeah.
Barry watching all 3 seasons of TNL, then attending guide school 2021. Another incredible story was Mr. Dickow.
Mr. Dickow.
Yeah, the first day he is not wanting to row that boat.
You did great.
Oh,
Mr. Cole.
Cole's in the house.
Said his win is making it through another hunting season, having a full freezer to show for it. Been listening to the Fly Fishing Saves Lives podcast while out there on the road working, and it's amazing. Looking to learn lots this season. Thanks for tuning in, buddy.
Claude's got his kit all set to go for another year. Love you guys. We love you too, Claude.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you.
Cole's got chubby fingers.
Wow. We also did their photos.
Yeah, that's true.
That was a lot of fun. Bruce's win.
Dana showing up at my door with my kit and having a great chat. Awesome to catch up since our last trip down the river. Stoked for TNL.
Yes, Jill. She got a kit. She's got to come pick it up.
Pumped.
Although we got 30 feet of snow.
Yeah.
I was like, you might not want to drive yesterday.
Yeah, maybe not yesterday.
Yes, Donna Smith. Look forward to getting my fly tying kit. It's in the mail and tying with us on Thursday nights.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thanks for rolling me down the river.
Anytime. We had some good days on the boat.
Yeah, some great days.
See, Justin gets too busy in the summer.
Yeah, I know. He does.
Josie, her win is the parents moved a few minutes away from me.
Nice.
Yes.
Wow, Blake.
Oh, listen to this.
Says, hey Tim and Dana, I would be glad to pay for 2 kits that you can give away to some deserving people if you guys want to. Blake, man, thank you. You give more than, yeah. That means a lot.
Yeah, so this is why you stick around to the end, folks, because it's nothing to do with me and Tim. We sit here and sweat in wigs and funny hats. But like I said, and my win is the community of people that has come together. And again, Blake's generosity is overflowing.
Yeah.
And there's a story there with Blake to be shared on Fly Fishing Saves Lives.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about it, and I think if more people knew about it, he's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, Mark, we're looking forward to it too. Have a good night.
Yeah, see you next week, Mike. Okay, so we got a couple more here that we've already got it. I'm like, how are we gonna make tonight 2 hours? And
It's never hard. It's never hard.
Amazing night, Jeff. We appreciate you. Love you, Eric. Love you, man. Jeff, we appreciate you. He got his buddy into fly fishing and found his true passion. I don't know many people that have quit fly fishing. I always ask this.
I don't think there's very many that do.
Yeah, I don't know. Clint. Totally, man. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. He was in here, got some selfies. So
Nice.
if you guys are still around, we're gonna do some stuff where a couple things that I'm gonna add. And I don't have the whole season planned out because I think it's best if we go fly by the seat of my pants. If you saw the YouTube video, that's a joke. I want to bring you guys into the show a little more. So we've been working on some ways to do that. I want to, Blake had a great idea, and he asked if we could get people to send pictures of their fly tying studios, because that's inspirational for other people.
Yeah, definitely.
To see some stuff that people can do in the space that they have. So yeah, we do want to incorporate as another kind of a segment, bringing some of you on just as guests. Pretty simple to do because we've got it all kind of set up here. So yeah, want to bring you guys more into the show. It's probably gonna be like a 4-hour show, but
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is. We're just super glad to be back. We love all you guys. We're super appreciative of all of your support. For everybody who just showed up, for everybody who told a friend about us, for everybody who bought a kit, for everybody who just sat there for 2.5 hours tonight and didn't say a word, but you have a smile on your face right now. We love you. We're grateful for you. And we can't wait to see you guys next Thursday.
Week, Thursday.
On episode 1.
Episode 1.
And the dress rehearsal, my friends.
It's coming come to an end.
I'm gonna like kind of like try to slide into this outro here, but anyways, I'm Dana Ladder with Fly Vision Board Outfitters and Thursday Night Live Fly Tie-In. That is.
I'm Tim Hepworth. I'm with the same crew.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.